You have a
I
beep
like
on your
that.
soundboard? That's awesome.
That
You,
was
you
really
didn't
good.
know that voice mod has that? It's just built into voice mod.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's
Hold on.
amazing.
Where's that at? Where's the soundboard? There it is. Yeah. Where I have it's not one of my free ones today. I have
Nice.
Okay, now make it stop. Oh, okay, it just goes until it's done. Okay, I really thought I was gonna get stuck in that loop and not know how to make the alarm stop. Selfie. Okay. All right. So, hey everybody, it's Tales of Sentra. It's season 5. I'm excited to be getting back to this. I, as your DM, needed quite the refresher myself, as I'm sure everyone needs. Fortunately, we have what I think is a real fun recap video tonight for everybody. So we're going to jump into that in just a moment. Before we do, I want to point out that Artem is here for our kickoff. Yay.
Woo.
Very happy about that. Won't be here for the following however many weeks until it's like
Nope.
October, right? You have a Monday in October?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Nice. Well, I mean, I think everyone's used to that by now, but
And then not again until November.
yep. Well, hey, you know what? We adapt, right? That's what it's D&D. That's what this thing is called. D&D. It's all about adapting, right? You take the roles as they come. So
Dungeons and adapting.
there you go. Perfect. So yeah, we have a fun little recap video tonight. So I guess yeah, anyone can hit play on this apparently. So I'll hit it in just a moment here, but if everybody doesn't mind muting in Discord just in case. I mean, like, you know, I appreciate the laughter if there is any, but you know, yeah. And it looks like everybody's in here, so I'll hit play and we'll do this recap and then we'll get to the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Torm's Top 10. Here's your host, Torm. That's me. Hi folks, we've got an exciting recap for you tonight. The Dreamcatchers are ready to kick off Tales of Sentra Season 5. But before they can get started, I think we could use a reminder of what's been going on in this campaign. So without further ado, here's Torm's Top 10 Things You Need to Know Before Tales of Sentra Season 5. Sponsored by Lancers Lances. Number 10. The Centaur Aarakocra Summit will happen at some point. You've got a witness and physical evidence of the Dream Knight threat. A ceasefire should be attainable whenever the Centaurs and Aarakocra can meet. Number 9. The Spit is in Seatui. Hazard got a letter saying the Spit, aka Carmine Spitoli, lost the mayoral race to Nicholas Hoffman. There's also a new hero named Duke in the city. Number 8. Rufus Burberry can help you get to the Flying City when you're ready. He can use his book, The Works of Torm Volume 2, to pinpoint the city's location. Number 7. You just spent time with Fisk and sealed off the Dream Arch near his city. His brother Torin and the manipulative Serena tried to start a rebellion, but you put a stop to that. There was also an incident at the Bonehole course that was handled by some employees. Number 6, as far as you know, there's just one Dream Arch left. You don't know exactly where it is, but you do have a couple ideas. Number 5, you scried on the trio of evil wizards who are building a new gate. You saw Dougal, who's actually the Modron Oxala, Anazira, and Nagaro. Number 4, you need dream cords to survive on the Never side. You don't know where to find them or how they work, but Torm, hey that's me, confirmed that you need them. Number 3, you won't find every dream cord in this world. Torm, that's me again, also said this. Good thing there are some other planes to visit, huh? Number 2, there might be a way to the other planes using the Celestial Scrolls and their corresponding temples. You know about the temples in the northwest part of the continent, but perhaps there are some more out there. And before we reveal number 1, here's a word from our sponsor.
Lancers Lances! We've got all the long weapons you need! When you need a weapon with reach, then reach for one of our handy pikes, or spears, or halberds, or our specialty, lances. But don't just take it from me. Here's a testimony from one of our many satisfied customers. I am so happy with my purchase. Lancers Lances was top reviewed on the Yelp board in Seatui, so I gave it a shot. And now I'm armed to the teeth. So come on down to Lancers Lances. You'll feel so powerful wielding any of our fantastic far-reaching weapons. Lancers Lances. It's in the name.
And number 1, you're on your way to Scorchstone. So that's where we're gonna pick up.
That was rad.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
I
that
agree.
was
It's in the
fun.
name.
That's all
I like
Tony.
how
I'm gonna need to go
Lance-
back and watch that like 10 times to remember.
Yeah,
it
me
all.
too. I like how Lance basically turned into Boomstick from Death Battle. It's like,
Yeah.
and we're back on Death Battle.
Shall I do you want more detail about that stuff, or do you want to just jump in and like we fill in necessary detail as you guys play tonight? What would you prefer? Because I could like give you the spiel and be like and answer like questions on all of it now, or we can like go as they come up. It's up to you guys. What do you think will help you more this evening?
Honestly, I'll need to watch it again multiple times, but if we could do a quick rundown, just kind of talking normal style, then we could watch it more on the page later.
Okay.
To appreciate it.
Let me now I'm gonna have to do it mostly off the top of my head because I got rid of the script. First thing, you have the you're trying to negotiate this like ceasefire between the Arakocra and the Centaur, right? Because they're still fighting down in this part of the world. And if you're trying to in the WADZ there, if you're trying to have these armies on your side, when all those knights come through, you're gonna need peace between them, to help you in that fight. So that's also something that like Hazard seemed to like really take up the cause for. Like he really wants to kind of broker that peace. So like you have some evidence on it. So now basically like when the time comes when you find yourselves over there, or if you like decide to make the trip over there, you can have that. You can have that summit. Let's see what comes after that. Hope that picked up on Mike. Anyways, I don't remember what number 9 was, so I'm gonna reopen the video and remind myself. No.
He can get us to the place with the book and shit.
Yeah, there you go. I should know.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have just deleted the list, but I'm gonna replay I'm gonna go through the
I
video
just
for
heard
myself.
and it reminded me of that ridiculous song.
Somebody.
Yep.
Okay, you did that, Artem, as soon as the video loaded, and I was like, I thought somehow you'd inserted that line into the video I edited, and I was so confused. Yeah, sorry. So yes. So number 9 is that Rufus, who's the head of the or that's actually number 8. Number 9 is where the Spit is. The Spit is in C2E, which is also Hazard's hometown.
Okay.
As evidenced by this lovely Geralt in the bathtub shot. So yeah, so you know where he is. But generally it seems like things are okay in that city. Like things aren't like going bad. He just is there. Number 8 was that Rufus, who's the head of the Order of Torum, has a way to get you to the flying city where the Modrons live, should you feel a need to go there. And you may need to go there to learn more about this planar travel.
That's all on this plane, correct? This is all
so far.
Dimension or anything.
Yeah, none of what I've put in this list is actually on another plane. It just like talks about the possibility. So that city is here in your world, and he can get you there if you want to go. After him is this was actually what happened in the last like main episode. You guys went back to the Dragonborn city, you met up with Fisk, and you managed to collapse in the cave around the gate. So that one's like basically checked off. You don't need to worry about things coming through that one. And then I just put a quick little line in there about that little bone hole one shot we did because it was funny. Let's see.
Too many Scotsmen in that episode.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so there was that. And then to your understanding, there's only one more of those gates that you haven't found yet. If you take a look at your your overworld map here, I cleaned this up a little bit for you, by the way. You've got check marks for the ones where you've taken care of. those are, I should say, those are check marks for gates you found. Those aren't 1-to-1 with the ones you've sealed off. So if you want to denote those, that's actually a slightly different list. As far as you know, there's just one left. So yeah, it's out there somewhere. Let's see. The very end, I think, of the last finale was Val scried on Dougal, Man with Beard. But you didn't see Man with Beard. Instead, you saw these trio of evil wizards that you've heard about with the backwards names, and they are actually building a gate themselves, which seems not good.
So that's a plot point that I feel like I must have missed
Okay.
in May, because I don't remember anything about wizards or anything like that.
So, do you remember when you were in the dwarf city and there was the dwarf running around throwing magic everywhere and causing trouble?
Yes.
So that guy was apparently like he had letters from these wizards, like they were basically guinea pigging him into doing that stuff.
Gotcha.
You don't really know much about them outside of that. You know their names, now you've seen their faces and you see them building a gate, but other stuff you do not know.
Okay.
I should say also, you know that they're also like they're doing stuff that's like definitely forbidden. They're definitely like doing like using spells that they shouldn't be using.
Okay.
That's right. One of them used one of the forbidden spells, didn't they?
The dwarf
In-
guy
in the
used
thrive?
banishment.
Right.
Yeah, so there's that. Okay, then getting into some stuff that's a little more like tangible. If you want to go to the Neverside where all the dream people are, you need these cords to be there to survive there, basically. And so ostensibly, because there's 5 of you in the party, you need 5 of them to survive there. And that was something I think Torm told to Braun or Torm told to the group at some point. And then he also basically hinted that like if you want 5, you're not going to find 5 here. You probably will have to go to the other planes to find some others.
Okay.
Yeah, so you said
Do
that
we have
much.
any leads on those chords?
Yes and no. You didn't know to even look or ask about them until recently, I will say.
Okay.
But you do have potential leads as far as like if you're trying to get to the other planes, because planar travel is it's not that it's banned, it's just like it doesn't happen, and like the angels and the demons are like forbidden from interfering in this world, so like they won't just bring you there. You got to kind of find your way there. And so you have these everybody got these like scrolls with these kind of weird riddles on them, but the riddles seem to match up with some temples that you've heard of before, so potentially there's something there.
Didn't we posit that the Modrons might know more about where other chords might be?
I don't know if it was other chords, but you did posit that you wanted to visit them because the Guardian, who is a Modron, was hanging out around the temples, and you were like, if we want to find out more, maybe we talk to them.
Got it.
Yeah, so I know that is a lot. It's all the threads now that like I'm trying to like now bring together. I know it's a lot of stuff. Any other questions?
So we're still looking for that last archway, and we think it might be in Scorchstone, because that's where we're headed.
That's where you're headed. I don't recall if you explicitly said we're going there because of this. I think your chief reason for going there initially was that so there's the Order of Torm out there in the world doing good stuff for Celestials, and in Scorchstone there's an Order of Glacia, so there's a bunch of like devil paladins there. And so again, if you're trying to get like more armies on your side, they're somebody you should talk to.
Got it.
So I think that was your initial reason for going there. But you may have suspicions about a gate being there, which would be totally valid to have.
And our plan was to work our way up northwest to get to those temples. Is that correct?
I don't know
Like,
if you ever
are we on that path?
I don't know if you ever explicitly stated that, but it certainly can be.
Okay. Because I remember, we made our way like down south and then I thought we had some like longer path that we were working towards, but is Scorchstone the last that we were talking about?
I think it's the last thing that you kind of set in writing as this is where we want to go.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's where you're about to like depart to. But obviously, yeah. Any plans once you've kind of figure out the deal in that city are in your guys' hands. You've got a lot of leads to chase down. If you would like, when we're done here, what I can do is just like give you a list of here are the loose ends. If you want that too, whatever's going to be most helpful for you guys.
That might be nice to have.
Okay.
And so sorry, just one more time because it's a lot to absorb at once.
I know.
What is it we're doing in Scorchstone again? It's the wizards that we're.
There's a temple of Glacia, the one hell goddess there.
Okay.
And so potentially you're going to go and speak to them about like getting, some more troops on your side.
Right.
If
Is
when this
Jamie
battle
trying to make a
happens.
deal with the devil again?
I mean, it's still early. Who knows?
I'm sure devils take advantage of naive children.
I am. Boy?
Charlie is
I'm
the naive child.
I was saying about
Okay.
Charlie.
Yeah.
I thought you were coming at me and I was like, yeah, but.
Any other questions right now? Or, I mean, you can also just obviously ask any as they come up.
I think we're ready to jump in.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm going to hit this music and then we'll do the thing now that we've had our giant info dump. Which is, I mean, you need them for
Usually
these things,
my
right?
giant dumps are in the morning.
Yo. Okay, so the very last thing that happened,
Sorry, you guys deserve better than that. Too.
so in the moments before we ended last season is when Val scryed on those wizards and was running around going like, the thing, I think you were trying to quote Dustin from Stranger Things specifically when you did that, but
I believe I was. Yeah,
yeah.
like just yelling like shit, like, yeah.
Yeah. And you did that I just wanted to double check here, specifically in the morning. So your scry is used up for today. From your special eye. So yeah, that's the last thing that happened was Val was running around like that. You're currently in Fisk's house, by the way. Everybody spent the evening there.
Nice.
As I do, like, because I am running through Fisk's house, and I know that he still lives with Mom and Dad, if I bypass Mom and Dad in the middle of my tirade, I am going to stop and be like, oh, hi, hello, good morning, oh, shit, and just keep going.
Okay.
I'm gonna be polite.
Does your running around, does everybody else like awoken and reacting to the fact that Val is running around panicked in this way?
I like to think that at this point, Hazard has like already woken up, done his like workout, like run around the premises, done some like free climbing and shit, and now he's hanging out with Fisk, just kind of like doing stuff, like sharpening up knives or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's when I learned that, you know what, I was just going way too downhill and really had to change my life.
Yeah, I really wish I had like said something, but I was
You
kind
know-
of too into my own thing. I wasn't a very good friend. I apologize.
No,
Where the
that's-
hell
that-
is everybody in this house?
We were kind of having a moment there.
Hello.
Hi.
Where were you when this was happening, huh? Okay, so we have to get the meeting together, I think. Where is everybody? Is nobody else awake?
I think Charlie's in bed.
Well,
He's definitely not here also talking right now.
Wait a minute, what didn't Charlie go down with the other Dragonborn elsewhere? Is he even in this house?
He is in the house now because you're getting ready to leave the city.
Okay. All right, yeah, then yeah, he's over there in the corner. He's playing with his thumbs.
okay, but we need to have like a meeting or something, yeah? Okay, so I guess you guys stay here and I will go find Braun and Lancer or something. Okay, bye. And I'm gonna go
Okay.
run to gather everybody else up.
I guess we'll be heading out soon, but it's been great catching up.
Yeah, man, and just, try to seek out therapy before you end up covered in your own shit.
Yeah, will
It's
do.
like you don't need to hit rock bottom like I did.
No.
So eventually
Therapy is for everyone.
everybody is all gathered together in the morning. The party
Mhm.
plus Fisk and Mama and Daddy Fisk.
Ugh, so we're gonna finally find out why someone was screaming. I
Okay,
feel like I was finally getting some rest after several months.
Ron, this is important. Okay, I went to scry on Dougal, right? Like because I was really worried about the kitty cat. All right, and it wasn't Dougal.
See, I told you to leave it alone.
By the way, Braun has no idea who that is. This was when Braun was on his vision quest.
Wait, it
Yeah.
wasn't Dougal.
No, it was the Nogiro guy and
What
his
guy?
friend. They
Is this a comic book or something? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
a comic book?
Wait, that
they're questioning me, and I don't remember what I saw all of a sudden.
you guys had me going around looking for the cat, and I couldn't find the cat. That guy?
Yeah, the guy with the beard that was black, then white, then black, then white, then black, then white, then black.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it cycled. Yeah, So I scried on him, and then when I did it, It worked out, which was amazing, and I didn't break the thing, you guys.
That's good.
But when I
Val,
got
this
there,
sounds like the plot line of one of those mangoes you like
No.
to read.
it's a manga. No, so
That doesn't make any sense.
guys, it was a thing. It wasn't Dougal at all. It was Oregon backwards.
This
What-
this
what-
by the way,
Friends.
this letter in everybody's inventory here is where you got the names and everything from.
With his beard now black and white and black and white and black and black and black and white?
No, actually, you know what? He's kind of a drow and he's a little sexy. But that is besides. That is not here nor there. Okay?
Bron, what is sexy?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Okay.
Right, you need to know right now is to be ashamed of Allison.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
You cannot thirst after our rivals. That is not allowed.
What if he goes through like a redemption arc?
We'll talk about it then. But he needs to grow his hair out long, cut it off first, maybe
Yeah.
train one of us how to firebend, and then we'll come back to it. But
And he
until
has to
then,
go on like solo missions with everybody.
correct.
No, but you guys, so he was there and looks like they're trying to make another dream arch.
That's not
Oh my
good.
God.
Wait, does that mean that that's the last one, or does that add another to the list?
I think that tacks on another one, my guy.
Do we know that for sure?
I
No.
don't think we do.
Well, if we
I mean, what if they've been going around building them in each place?
Do you want me to send him a message and ask?
No.
Why would you ask the person that is doing the bad things?
Because I talk to Spitter all the time.
Who?
What?
You shouldn't.
That is
you
true.
shouldn't do that either.
Why do you talk to Spitter?
I'm such a shit. Jesus Christ. Because I want to check up on the guy and be like, hey, just so you know, we haven't forgot that you're a jerk. And he's like,
Oh,
Cool.
That's so Spitter.
I feel like
That
you're
is
antagonizing them more. Are you sure you didn't make the bad people?
what
Charlie,
do you
this is a
mean?
good learning lesson for you. If you ever get the ability to send to people, don't slide into the DMs of our enemies. It's very important that you remember to never do this.
Unless you're a bard. I've heard it's very on brand for them.
And that's why no one
But
likes
why-
them.
What? Everyone
What?
likes bards.
Thank you.
Excuse
No,
me.
but hey, maybe we could get Spitter on our side and be like, hey, the potential ending of the world is coming. Maybe harness that hateful energy at the bad guys. But
Do
that
you
is neither here
want
nor there.
Spitter on our side?
No, he's pardon me. He's like my Sydney was coming out, and there was a lot of swearing involved.
He's a
No,
crappy poopy man.
he's a crappy poopy man. But the
That's right.
point is that we have these guys over here making more arches, which is more entry points for the bad guys in the first place.
For the record, I take offense to crappy poopy man.
Did you see
Oh,
where?
yeah. Oh, what?
Did you see where?
No, scrying doesn't always work that way.
You would have seen for the 10 minutes that you were
I saw-
hovering, you were kind of just in like what seemed like a big cavernous like workshop area where the three of them were like, they were building this gate. They were like enchanting bricks.
It was like a big cavernous workshop, and they were like all working together, like enchanting bricks.
It's kind of like actually, do you want to roll an Arcana for me?
Sure.
First roll of the season. Drum roll.
God dang.
Make it a good one.
Hey.
Okay, cool. Val, knowing magic, knows that there are some spells which, if you repeatedly cast enough, become permanent. So it seems like they were perhaps like repeatedly enchanting every brick associated with this gate, because that's like kind of what was necessary to create this thing.
Oh. So guys, you know what the really fun thing about magic is that I literally just remembered? Like, if you cast a spell enough times on a certain object, it's like likely that the spell becomes like super permanent.
Wait, so you're trying to make your line of communication with Spitter permanent?
I mean, maybe. How crazy would that be? Just like a constant
crazy.
line of just like complaining and things.
With the
Ooh.
21, I will also give you that it seems the one they were building stylistically was similar, but like you could tell age-wise, like if they did build those others, then they've been around for like hundreds and hundreds of years. This one like seemed to be newer and fresher than the others. All the other arches seem generally about the same age, which is like super
is like
old.
A new push that they're doing.
Yeah, so this is
hey,
new, whatever they're doing. It
Unless-
doesn't mean they
unless
weren't
they
associated
faded.
with the older ones, but this is like clearly very
new
new
effort.
compared to what's
Uh-huh.
happened before. Yeah.
Unless the other ones they faded with some tea or coffee grounds or something to make
have
it look
paper
like it
like
was
that.
really old.
I have some paper like that right here.
Yeah.
So, Val, you said you saw them making a new archway. Do you know where it is?
It is in this kind of dark cavern workshop place.
Yes, but more specifically, where is that?
Okay, so scrying, Braun.
Oh,
Usually it
right.
just focuses on the person that you're scrying on, if you're scrying on a person. It doesn't like zoom out, this is where they are located. Zoom out, like it doesn't enhance on the way in or anything.
But it does on CSI Miami. I don't understand.
I know, and they sit there like, enhance.
Excuse
Right.
me, Val. Excuse me, Val.
Hello, sweet one, yes.
If I understand correctly, is it possible that they saw you seeing them?
I don't think they did.
If they were aware, they did not seem to draw any attention to it.
They like, if they did, they were like giving me some like uber silent treatment, and they didn't address me or my presence at all.
Okay, well that's probably safe then, cause like if I saw something, I'd be pretty like shocked.
Yeah. No, but we really need to find him, you guys. I don't like Nagiro. He's not a good guy.
So it seems like that's kind of a pressing matter.
You also know he's the one that stabbed your daddy
Totally
in the
shanked
back.
My papa in the back, you know? So it's kind of personal. So if we can murder him before he murders the world, that would be pretty great, actually.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah. I'm in.
Hmm.
Oh, thank you. I mean, we can, I think... Oh, actually, I don't think I have Scry. Because I was going to say we could maybe try again, but...
Yeah,
I don't
you
think I have that spell.
you used the eye this morning, so if you want to try
Yeah.
again using that, you have to wait until tomorrow morning.
Yeah. I have Eye Bite.
Ooh.
Wait, why can't I cast
Wait,
that
don't use eye bite on the scrying eye.
I'm gonna say by
Level
default that would destroy it. That'd be a very bad idea.
Could I, with the information given about like it's a dark mine, I guess it's not a whole lot to work with, but like, is there any other? What else can you tell me about what you saw in the mine?
It was dark.
I'm gonna.
A lot of mines
and
are dark.
Not even like a, oh, I can totally see it with my super cool drow eyes. It was like, no, it's pretty dark.
you see what kind of dirt was like under there in the caverns? Like, was it red or brown?
That is a very good question. Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
What color was the dirt?
I'm gonna say it's a very dark gray.
It was a very dark gray.
And
That's
I don't want to like just like give anything too big away, like, but the characters would remember that Dougal was carrying a cat, and there was discussion: do we scry on the cat or the dude? And you decided to scry on him.
Yeah.
So just
Made for
you've also
Roger.
got that avenue.
Lancer,
Yeah.
do you know scrying?
No.
Oh,
Is scry a bard spell?
I don't
I think so.
It's like
Alright.
a druid.
Well, tomorrow we
cleric
can
thing.
scry on the cat.
But I know, like, at some point, like, I was able to go through and just pick shit. So I wasn't sure if maybe he had reached that point or not.
Mm.
But
Well, it's one of the bard schools I think can choose a spell from other stuff, right?
yeah,
But
that's-
Yeah.
yeah, I have, yeah.
gotcha.
Like, what if I sent a message to the kitty cat? And I was like, hello, little kitty cat.
What
Please
if the kitty? What if the kitty cat is one of the wizards, though?
I cast sending.
Okay, can you give me the rules of sending real quick?
Yes. I'm gonna fucking try to summon to a cat.
Okay.
Because
This would actually message creature hears.
creature.
But I need to know if
But
does the
doesn't need
target
to
need to be
understand.
able to speak is the thing.
The spell enables creatures with intelligence scores of at least 1 to understand the meaning of your message.
oh shit!
Anything with less than an intelligence score of 1?
Huh. Interesting,
Fine.
but it doesn't. Is that the entire description? Because there's the
Yeah.
response part, right?
But no, that's all that D&D Beyond has given me. Granted, they've changed formatting and like
Right.
presentation
I'm-
80
okay.
times.
Can we let
Yeah,
me pull up a different one because there's got to be. I'm pretty sure like to talk back, the thing has to know a language, right? Like
Yeah, I
Creature
don't think
makes
it would be able to
message in its mind
respond.
recognizes you as a sender. Recognizes you as a sender if it knows you and can answer in a like manner immediately. So if it says in a like manner, the cat can respond and she will know what the cat is saying even if it doesn't speak
huh?
I am
That's
doing
like
their
a-
language.
so many animals, you guys.
But wouldn't it just respond in like meows?
Right, but the spell automatically translates it for the receiver.
I would rule it like when talking to an animal, like have the same intelligence as, you know, like when you like speak with animals, rat, and it's like
Right.
very simple.
That's what I was thinking too.
It says understand the meaning of your message. So it might not be the exact wording, just what the meaning of the message is.
What if?
Yeah, like in the same way. In the
hypothetically,
same way. So it's like it couldn't answer you back in common, but in the same way that like if you talk to your pet, it can purr in reaction. I guess that's what you would get back.
What if,
You know what I
like,
mean?
hypothetically, I'm like, hello, kitty cat, how are you? And it's like, I'm fine. Like, that would be fucked.
I'm trying to see if there's like a sage advice on it somewhere.
I imagine like if it's like a really simple animal, it could be like it's
Sorry,
reacting emotionally, maybe.
Yeah, I googled can you use sending on animals? Like I should have included D&D or something in there somewhere, but I figured Google would get it. But one of my links a couple steps down is the case against sending animals into space at Forbes. That's not quite what I was
Poor
looking
baby.
for.
Poor baby.
So I'm gonna say this is what I think is gonna be my ruling, just in case this comes up again with animals. I'm gonna say like in the same way that like, you know, when you talk to your pets now, right? They understand like inflection and tone.
Tail wiggles
And
and,
they,
shit
right,
like that.
right. So like they don't understand the language you're speaking, but like they know to respond like aggressively or amicably based on like what is being said. So like you're gonna get back an animal noise that like will like you have to like try to infer from. You know what I mean?
Wait,
And I
where
give
is
you
my-
like, and I would say like I could let you do like an animal handling roll on the noise you get back to try to determine
Sure.
how it feels. Like that's I think that's
Sure.
kind of how we'll do this.
Okay.
Well, she should know the meaning of the message.
Damn it, speak with plants.
Right, but what I'm saying is like the response you're gonna get back is like it's gonna almost be like yes, no, I like that, I don't like. You know what I mean? Like it can't be
Yeah.
so detailed.
Hello, I am a cat speaking to you now. Let me tell you of
Basically,
my day.
it's gonna be like what's the dog from Up? Like you're gonna get back just like
Dog.
squirrel.
I
Yeah.
just met you and I love you.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you want to say to the cat?
Hello? Hello, kitty kitty? Hello? It's me, Val. From the boat. The boat.
Do you say the boat twice?
Val.
'Cause
No,
that's
I was
funny.
I did the boat as one word. Shit. You okay? Are you with Dougal Nogiro? Period. Then.
So the response you get back. So I'll say two things. So like, if you were to get back like speech, you'd probably know this was more than just a cat, right? Like if you got back like I'm doing fine, like you'd be like that ain't a cat. But what you get back is just like let's see. You asked if it's doing
How are
okay
you?
and if it's with Dougal, yeah. So the thing you get back is like wow, wow. So you get back like you can give me your animal handling roll. We'll see how
You guys,
specific.
I think the kitty cat is super freaking fine. Like
How
she
much you
sounds
can infer
super
from
happy.
it.
Animal handling. This is the weirdest shit ever.
Okay. So yeah, the general feeling you get back is like it was a very positive response. Like, you doing okay? And it was like, wow, like it's doing fine. And is it with that previous owner? No.
Guys, I think the kitty cat is totally safe. Actually, there's no need to worry about the kitty cat.
Great. Val, while you're sending messages out, what if instead
Do you
of
want me to
sending
contact
it to
your dog?
no,
Oh.
unless you can speak with dead, then no.
Oh.
Oh no!
That is sad.
Fuck you!
Explains a lot about Braun.
So I have an idea.
You've been to my house.
If we can send to animals, then what if you just like, send a message to the cat like once a day until we get to it, and just like slowly radicalize the cat
I like it.
and like turn it
Oh, wow.
into an ally for us and an attacker of them, and like keep on just whispering little messages like, hey, they don't have your best interest. Hey, they're gonna kill you. Hey, they want to skin you for your fur. And just like every day, just a little bit more. If he understands your meaning, then we can be like, hey, we're gonna rescue you. Hey, we're coming for you. We're gonna get you help.
We've got
need
small
to-
fish nuggets and
Or you could send it to our friend who's the head of the guard in the capital of the entire world, and he can start putting out search parties looking for these places
For the cat.
and
Oh.
these people.
That sounds far fetched. That'll never do.
You know, like people could look for
Fetched.
them as opposed to a cat.
No,
But
we're better off with the cat, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose that I can. I can probably do that, I suppose.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. But then
Yeah.
later, we radicalize the cat.
Oh,
could
you
ask where the
bet.
gray soil comes from. They could send some help.
Ooh, yeah. I can ask all sorts of people that. But the
Yes.
day is early and I don't want
Or-
to use all my spells. I
Yeah, you guys
searched
just
myself
got up.
Well,
to
I'm
a
glad
cat,
we
so
used
I'm
one for the
I-
freaking cat.
Could I like investigate or something and try to figure out where, like, what functioning minds would have, gray?
So
I
let
know
me say
that's
first of all, I
something
never
like that
said it
one.
was a mine. Just to clarify that, it was like some giant cave that they were doing their spell work in, but it was not a mine.
Okay.
Just as a point of clarification. I would say you could roll a nature now if you wanted that. You could explore other avenues, like as they come up, inquire about it or research it or something. But for now, I think the only thing in your repertoire would be to do like a nature check, nature or history. Those might be the same modifier.
I'm
Tony,
surprised I don't have nature.
I can't remember if Lancer was here when they found the letter, so I don't remember if Lancer would mention anything about it.
He was not.
Okay, then he doesn't know anything.
Survival roll for the gray dirt, sure.
Because I know, Tony, you probably just thought of that on the spot, but gray soil sounds very distinctive, and I can guess what's nearby.
Volcanic, maybe.
Correct.
It's also places where like it's just like there's not great drainage. Also, where
Mhm.
it rains a lot.
That's pretty good. So is Braun's suspicion volcanic? Because of the gray?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's go back to the map here. Volcanoes, when they erupt and or burst up out of the sea, they form islands, yeah? And
Yes.
one of the well-known, and I'm not going to say it's the only one that's known for this, but certainly in like modern times, the most recent one you're aware of is actually down here, Under Island, which is, you would also recall, is where all the goblin people live.
And we were going across the channel when he disappeared on the other side.
That's also true.
So he got off the boat in the middle of the ride. This is out of character, not in character.
So we got Nagiro. We got. Oh God, what are the other names?
They're all together, so if you just want to think of them as one
Yeah.
unit, that's fine. Like, they're all in the same place. Last time
But
you
like,
checked.
if I want to drop names in case anything rings a bell with August.
Sure.
So
you've got Nagaro, Anazira, and Aksala.
Before we leave, do we want to figure out what the key acquisition in Zariala is?
Are you talking about on your letter?
Yeah.
Let me double check your letter here. I think that might be something you don't need to key acquisition. Yeah. So I would not. You actually don't need to worry about that. The implications of this letter were that they were trying to buy up realty or something, real estate rather, in the places where the gates were.
Right.
And that like Probus Nix's business is all like shut down now. So the only thing you needed to know from that was that there was a gate here. They knew there was a gate here. Therefore, they were trying to buy some land to have some sort of control nearby.
I think the more important thing is that they mentioned Scorchstone, and we haven't found a gate there. So there could be a gate in Scorchstone if they were buying stuff there.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, I guess. Okay, so yeah, so I was incorrect earlier. So yes, based on this letter, you have very high suspicion that there is a gate in Scorchstone, because the PS down here about working on the final one, the one that they didn't pinpoint was the one that you guys saw in the woods near all the centaur people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you actually have absolutely full suspicion of one being in Scorchstone. So that's my mistake. So you've got a couple reasons to go now. Speaking of which, you're still hanging out in Fisk's kitchen though, if you want to get a move on.
I would like to.
I don't know. Maybe we should have some
something-
breakfast.
I
Yeah,
assume this whole
also that-
conversation was happening over it.
Oh, okay.
I
Lots
mean,
of
if-
eggs were eaten.
Yeah.
To August.
Okay.
Gonna burn another spell that's probably gonna bite me in the butt later. Good morning, August. We are looking for 4 assailants who might be creating another dream arch.
It's funny on Fisk's body.
Gray Dirt, named are Nagiro, Axela, and Anozira? Question mark.
Okay. The response you'll get back. What are the time zones? I have never thought about time zones in this world, if I'm being completely honest.
I mean, they might not exist.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, just for sake of us not having to do any math, let's say they don't exist.
It's all just morning, midday.
Yeah, let's
afternoon.
keep it simple. The whole world runs on the same day-night cycle behind the scenes, just to keep it simple. I have not thought about time zones at all, to be honest. The
Are you
response.
saying it's a flat Earth where the light just turns on and off, so it's all on at the same
There's just
time?
one big skybox over Sentra, you know.
Basically, don't you don't want to go too far and fall off the edge and just fall forever. If it,
That would be good for a
Challenge
fantasy setting.
accepted.
Like it is a flat Earth, guys.
I was gonna say it's the only place you can actually have that because it ain't real. So
Yeah.
take that.
NASA proved it.
Take that, flatties. Flatstards. So anyways, so the response you get back, Sid, is Anazira. I want to say my brother June dated in Anazira.
Oh, spill that tea. Oh no. You guys.
You know what?
August
He has some
brother.
he has some words left. So I'll also give you.
Oh.
He also says he might still be in wait, hold on. I have Anazira. I want to say my brother June dated in Anazira. He may still be living in Temple Shade. He was last time I checked.
He doesn't know where his own brother lives.
He is the
Temple.
they've only talked about this third brother a little bit. He's the younger one and he's kind of the wild one. The other two are these like really like stately city watch guards, and then this young one's the wild one, so keeping tabs on him's a little more difficult.
So August's brother might have dated a terrorist.
That's a
That
no-no.
sounds like him, actually.
It's not presently on your map. I can add it for next time. Temple Shade is, I want to say, right about here. I'd have to check my my personal document for that, but it's like right about here if I remember correctly.
Oh, we haven't gone in that direction at all.
You have not.
It's good. It's a good reason to go through High Peak and all that.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So do we think that's where the wizards are, or do we think that they're in that
We
under
think that
island
the-
place?
Under
Probably under the island. Temple Shade is probably where maybe June's brother might potentially live. Maybe.
I would give Ryan, if you want a history check for Braun to know how much you know about this other brother, you can. You're most familiar with Red and March, or rather August and March, but June being, like I said, the young wild one. You don't know. You
Are
may
there
not know as
12
much
of
about.
them?
No, because
A
I only
Gemini.
picked the ones where the months sounded like actual names. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna know much more than what I just told you. He's the young one, he's the wild one. There's probably some blame. You know how August's daughter was like a runaway rogue. He probably actually blames her kind of crazier uncle for that influence.
Makes sense.
But yeah, he's kind of the wild one.
It's hard to keep tab on him. He's often gallivanting around the entire continent. And it's not like there's, it's not like he writes.
Classic Gemini.
Same. What up?
Yeah, like 3 of us are Gemini.
I was gonna say half of this show it's just Gemini. And
Leo!
within like 10 days of each other, whatever, too. We're all like right around there. Anyways, yes, okay. So that's the response you get from that sending.
We should probably get headed to Scorchstone then as quickly as possible.
Do you think should still go that way? I mean, isn't it kind of important to stop those guys?
It is, but if we believe that there's another complete archway
Yeah.
in Scorchstone, we should deal with that at once.
I don't want to influence you all too much, but I'm definitely not prepared tonight for you guys to go to that other part of the continent.
It takes a little bit of time for those sort of spells to actually take hold, and I think it would take a long time to actually build the Dream March.
You would know if it takes, most of the time it takes a year of daily casting for a permanent object. And if they're doing that for every brick of this archway, right, with however many spell slots between them, it's a long time.
Yeah, it's gonna take
Counterpoint.
a hot minute.
Counterpoint. If we can get to them before it's complete, we can catch them in the act and deal with them and stop a new gate from being opened.
Counterpoint
we-
to your counterpoint. What if they totally beat their butts?
Then we
That's not
die
gonna happen.
heroes.
I appreciate your optimism, Lancer, but can we be real a second? We almost got ruined by a guy that spits everywhere. So
Well, now you have me with you. Shouldn't be a problem.
the man's got a point.
If we die, we die heroes.
I do have to say, I am glad that Lancer is here. If he were to suddenly leave our party, we'd be at a great disadvantage.
Oh,
I
it'd be
agree with
horrible.
that.
You guys
Yeah,
would get
because-
killed by trains.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how
Hey.
relieving it is to have one other person here to mix it up with.
I was rocking that train. I was making that train my horsey.
You
Speaking
were.
of- Speaking of Twains, I don't know what's going on with them, because the last time we were on one was when that happened.
Yeah,
we
there's
all-
gonna be a meeting. The circle's gonna meet to discuss what to do about that. That's gonna happen very
Yeah,
soon.
we
Oh.
but we are a short train distance away from the one city. Maybe it makes sense to go there first. It's so close.
Correct. We should go there first, head that off at the gateway that's already done, and then investigate where they are.
That makes sense. Hey, Fisk,
Yeah.
while we're gone, if you could check around, and you guys have power, you can find things out. If you can figure out what people were trying to buy some real estate here that kind of fits the description of these guys, I don't know. Try to get some information on them. That'd be awesome.
I'll bring it up with the circle.
Awesome.
Alrighty, it's time to head to the train then. Before you guys leave, Richard, I mentioned to you the flask thing, right?
Yeah, I already forgot it though. I'm sorry. I've been
Okay.
focused on school.
No, it's okay. You may remember that well, it's fine because I initially wrote that your mom was gonna do it anyway. So before they leave, your mom kind of like stops the party. Oh wait, before you go, Mr. Hamstrung, my son was always speaking about some special flask that you carry around that he had engraved for you.
Yes, I have it here in my bag. What about it?
Well, I thought maybe before you go, in case you guys need a little pick me up, and she's gonna pull out two, just regular healing potions, and just if I may, and like kind of reach for the flask,
Of course.
and then she'll pour both of them in there because your flask holds double dose of whatever liquid.
Oh wow. Didn't notice this before. That's cool.
It it would still take. You'd still be treated as like if you were in combat, it would still be treated as two separate potions. Like it would have to be action to down both. But carries too.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Visk. Is he still here or we leave?
Yeah, I'm just over here in the corner.
I appreciate this.
Don't mention it.
I guess this is goodbye then, once again.
Yeah, I guess it is. Best of luck to you all, and hopefully I'll see the rest of you alive someday.
I'm gonna give
Well,
Real
Fisk a
hopeful
big
goodbye.
hug. Gonna give Fisk a big hug, because in D&D it's still safe to do that.
Aw.
I'm
Now I'm
not
sad.
not
Me too.
not much of a hugger. There's not really been any viruses to change that.
Gotcha. Well, fist bump.
Yeah. Because we can touch hand to hand.
Alrighty.
Well-
So, I'm sorry.
Lancer
the
just
next
like
time we
leans
see each
closer.
other-
Oh, sorry.
I hope the next time we see each other, it's under better circumstances.
And yeah. Hopefully we're not meeting each other under worse.
Lancer's gonna lean over to Braun and be like, Is that what the kids are doing now? The fist that are they punching each other?
Yeah, I think it's
Lancer,
called
you're
fist.
asking the wrong person.
It's called fisting.
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
You when you
No.
say that, Fisk's dad just chokes on his breakfast a little bit. Just no, I don't think that's what it's called, son.
Fisting. Gotcha.
Wait. No, I'm pretty sure that the Dragonborn call it fisting. I learned it over at the Bone Hole.
You know, I was
Charlie,
just
I'm gonna be fisting everybody.
I fisted everyone at the club.
Charlie, no.
yeah, okay, so you go to the train station. I'm gonna move you guys there now. Unless did Val want to say any special goodbye to Fisk?
Goodbye, Fisk.
Goodbye.
Oh yeah,
Val.
you still don't trust him. That's right, I forgot about that.
I mean, I trust him a little bit, but also I don't trust that it's him. There's definitely some, like, somebody snatching, like, hoopla going on.
Gotcha.
Be so
Okay.
safe.
Yeah, you too.
Goodbye.
Righty. So
I just had to throw him. Don't fist me, bro.
so you go
Damn
down. So you go down the train station. The trip it's gonna take about half a day to get there.
It takes
Um,
about half a day to convince Val to get on the train. And
Well, one thing that might help you get on the train is some other friendly faces are there boarding the train. You've got Balazar, the circle member. You've got Brengle, his bodyguard. And if you don't remember, this guy, Yuvan, was the master of coin for the Dragonborn city. So Balazar will just, yes, you're all boarding the train as well. We're en route the same direction. We have to head back to Octon, of course, to speak about that whole train incident. He said as he boards a train. But shall we be on our way?
Hazard kind of like starts brushing his nails on his armor when he mentions the train. Like, yep, that was me. Yeah.
Brangle's gonna, I heard you did something with, like, caltwops. Like, you hurt the worm on its underside.
Well, no biggie. I happen to be a bit of a worm wrestler. Used to be a major worm wrestler in high school. But, now I'm hitting the big leagues.
The worm did a
Hazard,
super
is that your
runaway.
normal voice?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
I must admit, I'm still pretty nervous to be on this train. I hope it goes better than the last time.
I don't want to be here.
Yuvan's gonna chime in. Well, I know it won't be too bad for me, considering I only have to go 2 stops and get off at the mountain split. But I'm sure the rest of you will be perfectly safe, yes.
That is when we thought we were safe as well when we disembarked the train.
I am
And
getting
then
off
the
at the exact same
train
station. Perhaps the pox
killed
is on
us.
me.
So,
I don't remember if this was this character's voice and demeanor, but it is now, because he likes gold.
they get
Um,
on the train.
so you start rolling on. And as you pass by the mountain split where you fought the worm, Yvonne will disembark. Because he's actually, if you guys remember, the dragons are looking for a new master of trade, and they want to offer it to Howdy, who's that, like, cowboy dragonborn. So he's going to get off and go do that. And now you guys are on your way. You guys already did a lot of RP before you boarded. If there's more you want to discuss on the way there, you certainly can. One thing I want to say is, Andrew, you may remember Hazard has some books, one of which is about Scorchstone, so now would be a good time to peruse that.
Yeah, could I roll an investigation, see if anything pops up at me?
Would it be investigation for reading a book, or would that just be? You're on the train for like half the day. Like you really don't even technically need to roll. Like you can.
It's D&D, and I haven't rolled anything this season yet.
Gotcha. Investigation or perception. I would say.
Why?
I feel
It's
like
an-
investigation is more of like a gather information kind of deal.
Yeah. All right. Investigation.
Can Charlie just see if he remembers anything, given that he's grown up
Oh, so
nearby?
Sure. Yeah. If you want to do your history check, you can.
Okay.
The 23 was the first roll. I accidentally did advantage.
It's all good. Charlie knows, like, basically kind of what everyone in the area knows about the city. It's where the tieflings live. Dragonborn, like, historically haven't been a big fan because there was the whole war fought over the tieflings owning Dragonborn as slaves. There was a whole big war fought over that. It was tiefling and Wanti versus Asimar and Tabaxi, kind of over freedom of the Dragonborn people. So you know that, like a lot of cities, including Scorchstone, saw a lot of destruction as a result of that war. That's what Charlie knows. Hazard, in reading your book, where is it? Scorchstone Made Simple is the name of the book. Not that it really matters. But so everything I just said. But then you also know that particularly during the war, there were a couple particular notable things that were destroyed in the city. The Temple of Glacia was destroyed and later rebuilt. The bank in the city, because this is sort of like the money capital of the western side of this world. The bank called Infernal Investments was also completely destroyed and rebuilt. The marketplace, Scorchstone, very famous for its bazaar, that's not like a structure, but like basically everything there was laid waste to and kind of like totally destroyed. And then this is also where the fighting pits of this side of the world are located. And so you know that whole like fighting pit Coliseum thing was also totally destroyed and then built over again.
Gotcha. A lot of stuff rebuilt.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff, like a lot of old structures kind of built back over the old foundations. Let me see here. Is there something else I'm going to give you? Yeah, that's the main thing you would have pulled out of it. And if that's a good roll, so I'm going to say this is a nice up-to-date edition of the book. And this was something I think the party would already be aware of, but like the circle representative for the city is like this former school teacher. She kind of always walks around with these three like kind of gossips behind her that are friends of hers. That's probably the most recent chapter in the book that you have.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. I'll kind of like share facts like every couple minutes. Oh. Huh. Hey guys, do you know that the Coliseum was destroyed and rebuilt? Like the bazaar too. Like, every 5 minutes or so, just pop in with some fun fact.
Richard, can I ask, at some point during this half a day's trip, does Charlie, eventually I assume he probably goes off to use the bathroom or the snack car or something. At some point, is he milling about like that?
Oh, for sure. He probably is going to get bored before too long and probably going to turn invisible and just start wandering around.
Okay.
Seeing if he happens to hear anything interesting.
So, when you do that, as you're wandering around the car, you have, not in your train car, but in another train car, you happen to pass by somewhat familiar face, more familiar probably to the rest of the party than to Charlie. But sitting in one of the train cars is Mr. Croker here, who was Fisk's old mentor. Charlie knows him, but not particularly well. He knows who he is, but they don't have like a particularly strong connection. But you would notice him sitting in kind of one of the like cheap seats,
Have they met recently in any of our adventures, or did he know him from earlier?
He would know him. He would know who he is for sure from earlier. The only time I think they really met was when Fisk and Charlie swapped in the party. There was a bit of overlap there.
Okay. I guess Charlie's just gonna plop down and sit near him just to see what he's doing, what he's saying, and who he's interacting with.
Is he you're staying invisible?
For now, yeah.
Okay. Give me okay, well, first give me a stealth roll.
Okay. And I get to do it at advantage because I'm invisible, right?
Totally.
Okay.
What's your guys' proficiency bonus right now? Is it 5?
4.
I think it was 4.
4? Okay. I just want to make sure I'm rolling a fair competing score here.
19.
19. There seems to be like maybe like as you sit in the seat, there's like a slight bit of ruffling, and you see
Mhm.
Croker like kind of like look up for a second, and then kind of go back to what he was doing. Like doesn't seem to actually notice you. And you see he kind of pulls out of his bag. He's kind of looking at these two objects. One of which is this this crystal, sort of with a bird's feather inside of it, and the other is this rock with the number 20, like Roman numerals, etched into it.
Do either of those have any meaning to Charlie?
You can roll to see if they might.
Okay. Would that be Arcana?
It would be Arcana, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's other things you could ask to roll, but I feel like Arcana would be make the most sense for
Yeah,
Charlie to do.
I was guessing it'd be Arcana.
Yeah. Okay. You know that so with a 15, you're positive that these are magic items. They don't appear to be like absurdly powerful, but they appear to be like some good, useful, handy tools.
Okay. And he's just holding them,
Yeah, he's kind of like looking at them.
and he's all alone. There's no one else he's with.
Correct. I mean, there's other people in this train car, but he's not like sitting with a group. He's in his own kind of cube of seats.
Okay, Charlie is going to walk back a little bit behind him, undo his invisibility, and then walk over and be like, "Oh, hey, Mr. Croker."
Oh, hey, kid. I was half hoping I'd run into one of you guys again.
Well, that's very nice of you. It's good to see you.
Yeah,
What you got there?
I got some magic items here. This one,
He holds up the stone with the X's in it.
this one, you remember my proteges, right? Those girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, they pilfered this one. Let me see if I wrote down specifically where they pilfered it from. It doesn't matter where they pilfered it. They got it from somewhere. Yeah, they handed it off, sort of as, they wanted, some easy passage to, some place called Temple Shade. I think, I think Anna's uncle lives there or something. Anyways, they handed this off to me.
Temple Shade.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this one, and he holds up the raven with the crystal. There's no way any of the present characters are aware of this, but I will say this is actually an item from that Bonehole episode. So he'll kind of hold it up and dangle that a little bit and just say like,
Yeah, this one I actually grabbed myself from the Dragonborn Guard's confiscation pile. I got a pretty good fence in Scorchstone, so looking to make a little gold,
Oh, okay. I was just gonna ask what you gonna do with them. So you trying to sell them?
Yeah, well, now that you're here, I mean, maybe just sell one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I could take you back to the guys, and you could try to sell your wares there.
No, not like that. I mean, I'll only sell one of these, and maybe you keep the other one for yourself. And just between you and me, I think I still love the guy, but I think Fisk kind of lost his edge. So if you want to take one of these for yourself and represent Dragonborn out there, I'm for it.
Oh wow, that was very thoughtful. Thank you.
Yeah. So I guess take your pick.
and Charlie can choose one of these two for himself.
Well, I really like the feather in the crystal thing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah? Is that your final decision?
Yes.
All right, well, here you go.
Oh, and he pulls out like a little index card, and this is how it works.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Richard, if you want to read out what Charlie has just obtained.
Let's see here. Requires attunement. When activated, this amulet summons a swarm of ravens. Okay. In the sky above, the swarm can only be summoned if the user has a clear line of sight to the sky above them. The ravens also need an unblocked path to their summoner, otherwise they will not appear. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, I think I get the idea.
Yeah.
This is really cool. Thank you.
You can summon a swarm of ravens, much like the bad guy did in that Bonehole episode, whose name I do not remember. Yeah, you've got the little item he was carrying around.
Well, thank you very much. This is very stylish. I'm gonna wear it.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I guess I'll just sell this other one in my fence. Anyway, if you guys are all hanging out, maybe I'll just join you up in your car.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
He will indeed do that. And you guys
Are these other Dragonborn still here that are on the screen, or are they?
Yeah, Balazar and Brengle are still here. The other guy got off, but they're still on
Okay.
because they're going all the way to the capital.
Guys, you're never gonna guess who I ran into. Well, I guess you are gonna guess because you're right here next to me.
Hey!
Was it Croaker?
Yep.
Where?
I got it.
Who?
Good to see you again.
Yeah, you all too. Oh, hey, you're new.
He points to Lancer.
Hey, if you're gonna sell the other one anyway, why don't you give us an opportunity? You know, like first right to buy.
Selling what exactly?
I've got a.
He holds up the same rock.
Well, I kind of rely on my guy in Scorchstone to help me fairly price things.
Oh, you don't know what the price of it is yet.
Not perfectly, no. So I kind of use my guy.
What does it do exactly?
This one? Oh, I got this index card.
He will hand it over to Braun since Braun asked. This is what the other thing does. If you want to read that, Ryan.
Luck Crusher. When crushed in the palm of one's hand, the mysterious pebble negates a critical hit, turning the attack into a standard hit. The pebble can be crushed as a reaction. It is broken after use, but always returns to its owner in a repaired state after a long rest. This is quite impressive.
Yeah, so it's like the idea is like one-time use adamantine armor, or once a day rather, adamantine armor.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm sure you'll.
Hopefully get a fair price for it. We'll see what my guy says.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
And if not, we're going to be in Scorchstone. You might want to find us. We might want it.
All right, yeah. Well, hey, after we get off the train, maybe you come find me in the marketplace. We'll go from there. I'll tell you how to find, the special stall.
Mr. Croker, you have not seen any part of the train like going rogue, have you? Because I'm still a little worried about these
What?
trains. You know, like the train just like doing something not train-like, you know?
I figured that'd be something I'd know about, but that I don't know.
Okay, then, just making sure.
Yeah, that sounds kind of creepy. Not creepy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, you didn't fight a train. Once you fought a train, believe me.
Hold on, you guys
So
fought the train?
What used to seem crazy and no longer that crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I had it bucking like a bronco.
Cool.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, just read this book. I'm gonna head up to the top of the train and catch some air. If anyone wants to fist fight on top of a train, it'd just be like the coolest thing ever. But anyway, I'll be up there. Just knock if you need me.
Sounds good.
And I'll climb out the window and just kind of gargoyle at the front of the car.
Nice. Croaker then will mark down on your guys' maps, on your select button, where in the Scorchstone Market the stall is, because it's a fence, so it's not going to be up front and presented. But he will mark it, so if you guys want to find it, you know where to find it.
Are there any objects that are decorative that are like statues or suits of armor or anything like that around?
In the train? No.
Okay. Oh well.
Anything else to RP on this train? Otherwise, we will move you ahead to the city.
I have a question.
Yes.
Weren't we for a hot minute getting scryed on?
Yeah.
Yes. Last time. Yeah.
So that paired with my general unease of being back on a murder train.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say during everything, Val's sitting at the edge of her seat at any particularly rough jostling. She's like on her feet, kind of spooked, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
But in the downtime in between those moments, I just want her to, like, I don't know, try to be aware, like focus, and like not necessarily paying attention to the people around her so much as the empty space.
Yeah, sure. Well, you're certainly, that's gonna make you feel really anxious for the whole ride, but
Yeah.
you never feel any like sudden push onto like any of your psyche like a scrying spell would do during the ride.
Okay. Cool.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Well, Hazard being on the top of the train, you're the first one to see Scorchstone as the train starts pulling up.
Sweet. I look. Wow, is this like wow? So
Also,
guess
pretend all
this
these
is-
people have horns and are tieflings. I didn't want to draw horns on everybody in a picture. Kitty, you got to reload the cat.
Oh,
There you go.
she's such a sweetie. I am going to grappling hook to some building tops as the train is slowing down and try to get to a spot where I can, when everyone else departs, like start stalking them.
Your party? Or
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, my party.
I'm sure as they disembark, they will notice you are not with them. So that's what do we have? Oh, right, because that's Star Wars music. Let me swap that track real quick.
We are missing a member of our party. Where did the hazard go?
You think he fell off the train as we were coming in?
Oh no! I hope I'm going to cast sending again.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh my god! Did you fall off the train? Are you okay?
No. I'm
You're not okay.
No, I'm good. I'm waiting on you guys.
That doesn't say. He's alive, but he might be dead after I find him because he gives such a scare. I want that cat in my life. Anyway. Yeah, no, he's alive. Also, I'm out of 3rd level spells.
Sorry.
Falson, I think you can relax. As long as we have Lancer here at our side, he's going to clap him right on the back. There's nothing we can't overcome.
Absolutely.
At that
Can I
moment,
get it?
actually,
The
before the
baby
train
together bar.
departs, you see Balazar lean out his window and just, oh, by the way, Mr. Lancer, because of the whole circle meeting happening, it might be great to have you there as a witness. Could also be a good opportunity to check in on the family. Just, I don't want to pull you away from everybody just now, but you just want to put that out there. Would be good to have a direct witness to the whole train incident. Okay, train's pulling out. Goodbye. And the train starts leaving.
Oh, I mean, he does have a point. And also, I kind of have to be there for the summit that'll happen.
When is that?
Well, probably soon-ish.
It's kind of when you are ready for it.
But we still got you for, you know, a long time though, right?
I mean, it depends on when they're having the thing. I guess I do need to go back and report eventually.
Artem, roll me a dex. I'm just kidding. So the train just doubles back and just takes Lancer out immediately.
Meow.
Oh man. Can I have everybody roll me perception, and Hazard can actually do it at advantage because of his literal vantage point.
I am an eagle.
Lancer has advantage? Oh, do you have the eyes of the eagle?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Currently, anyway.
Well, I think it's safe to say everyone's probably gonna not Braun. So Braun would be his perception.
Sorry, I didn't realize you needed.
No, it's all good.
Everybody.
Okay, so Val and Lancer notice first, and then from your perch, Hazard, you see that they are looking at something, and so you look to see. And basically, as the train now has, what happened to the music? Oh, it's an ad. The music changed direction completely, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. It's because it was a car commercial.
There's a used car salesman in Scorchtown.
This would be
Listen,
the town.
everyone's
For it.
tired of using trains. Why don't you not be a sucker and go get a car?
So as the train pulls away, like kind of rushing up to the station, like, you know, obviously they just missed the train, but rushing up to it actually is Oriana Peace, the circle member, and then her 3 ladies in waiting. And they all kind of rush up and out of breath, just like, she's just, oh, I knew we were going to miss it. I knew we were going to miss it. And she'll look
another one comes soon enough.
Yes, it's true, but nobody likes. I'm sorry. I don't. You're. Oh, yes. Aerofort. Yes, from Octon. Yes, we've only met now and again. Oriana Peace of the Circle.
Oh, right.
I keep forgetting, like, Lancer would just know everybody around there.
He
Yeah.
lived in Octon for a while.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yes, yes, seen you now and again. And she'll know Braun and Val from their, you know, heroics in saving the city from before as well. Just, oh, and you two, you were part of the group that stopped the Queen. Wow, this is, what are you all doing? What are you all doing here?
A little bit of business, taking care of an archway situation. You know, usual defending the public peace business. What were you? Sorry, were you late for something?
Yes, she points back. These 3 are normally in sync about everything, but they spent the whole morning bickering.
You know, if any of you know sending, you could probably ask the worm train to stop, and you can probably catch up to it.
They all they give you the same look they have in this picture right here. Just that, like, we're not walking. We're not walking through the dirt and the sand.
Okay, I will be over here. Goodbye. I'm walking away.
Anyways, yes, we would have been on time, but they spent all this morning arguing about some crisscross dreams or whatever they were all having, and now we're late, as I suspected we would be.
Dreams, you say? They wouldn't happen to be the apocalyptic variety, would they?
They all look over in the same way, but then their eyes get a little wide, like, that seemed like a very too good of a guess.
Yes, we've been, there are some, what you could call interlopers. People are trying to break into our realm from a far off place, and they usually give out their,
I like sad Val.
advance notice. With a dream, would you describe what you saw?
They'll look at each other and just, sister, you go first, and they'll all point to the one on the far left here. She will extend a hand. We have not had the pleasure. My name is pause. My name is Dariel. Okay, I suppose none of you will introduce yourselves. That's fine. I will just continue.
Sorry, I thought you were going to go down the line. I'm sorry. I figured you'd all just go at
Oh,
once.
well, we can do that too. I'm Dariel, the youngest, and then one over to the right. And I am Darie, the middle child, and then over to the far right. And I am Darien, the eldest.
I think
Your
Charlie's
parents
gonna be invisible
Were-
during this.
Okay.
He,
At what point would Charlie have gone invisible?
Oh, but the minute he started seeing tieflings, because he's been
Okay,
told some scary stories
Okay.
about them.
sure. Dude, what's with all the ads on this one?
Lots
Okay.
of ad breaks.
I guess they're not even like, oh, they're okay. Anyways, okay, yeah, that's fine. Charlie's invisible. So anyway, the 3 of them has said their names.
Oh, well, you already know me. Airfort, Lancer.
Yes, yes. And we at
And-
least recognize these two of the heroes of Octon, Valison Shademark and Braun Hamstrung.
Yes.
And then there's...
Oh no, they
Hmm.
were mean. I stepped away. I'm lingering over by the stalls.
Okay.
I guess it's just the two of us. We usually have more people with us.
Where did the others go? We're losing children. This is
I'm
bad.
staying like within eye shot of you guys, but I like as soon as they gave me that look, I'm like, okay. And I did.
Charlie would, since Lancer has let him do it before, Charlie probably would like climb up on his back and sit up there and go invisible up there.
Lancer like feels it, so like he's like, oh, and he like reaches behind it and like pulls Charlie up by the scruff. So he's just holding an invisible thing. This is Charlie, and then he puts it back.
What? Why is one of your... this will be Oriana speaking. I'm sorry, why is one of your companions... Why do they feel the need to be invisible?
He gets shy.
I see.
I'm just a kid. I hug the back of Lancer.
She'll look toward where the sound is and just... She won't like try to reach out or anything, but she'll take like a little step closer to you, Charlie, to where the sound is and just say, listen, young one, I understand my people have done frightening things in the past, and we may still appear frightening to many young people now, but I promise you this. We, in this modern day, our aim is to be past the sins of our past and to rebuild our place in the world as a trustworthy and reliable people.
Okay, but there's still stranger danger.
That's totally fair, and I teach my students at the schoolhouse the same thing. So well done. Anyways, ladies, your dream, please. And they'll they'll talk about it. So the young one will say that I dreamt that this monster came out ... trying to find it in my notes. This monster in armor was just tearing its way through the bazaar, tearing up stalls, destroying merchandise and hurting our people. And Daria will say, no. It wasn't in the marketplace. It came from within the temple. It came from there. It killed all the clerics first, and then it started destroying the rest of the town. And the oldest one will say, no, you're both wrong. It came out of the vault in the bank, and then it melted down all the gold first and killed all the bank employees before moving out into the rest of the city. And Oriana will just, see, this is what I was dealing with all morning.
Generally speaking, these creatures, these knights, tend to appear in the oldest sections of the city. Would you say the temple or the bank or the bazaar is the oldest?
Well, they've all been around for so long, and they were all rebuilt after the Great Western War. I couldn't rightly tell you which one was the oldest.
I'm being told to ask if there are places that have been recently reconstructed as well.
Yep, those exact places she just named. As well as Hazard was reading in his book. The 3 places they just named were rebuilt. Additionally, the fighting pits were rebuilt.
Yeah, I'd mentioned that with my fun facts about Scorched Oak.
Although at the moment, are you still gargoyling on the roof?
Hell yeah.
So Braun would just have to recall that from the train, as opposed to being reminded of it in the moment.
I was not listening to him.
That's right.
Well, might as well start our investigation while we're here. I'd say we should split up, but looks around at Empty Party. It seems we already have.
And she'll, yes, and I suppose we'll wait. Oriana will say, I guess we'll just wait for the next train. Ladies, could you at least give him the bit of, the dream that was the same for all of you before we go? And they'll just, this will be they'll kind of like each kind of say a piece of this sentence, And so they'll basically say that there was this this knight with these 2 flaming swords. The flaming swords were so hot that it burnt even tiefling skin.
Is
Interesting.
tiefling skin immune to fire?
Not immune,
Yeah.
but it's
Resistant.
resistant.
Quite resistant. Well, Lancer and Charlie, do you have a preference of where you'd like to go and check out? Seems we only have you for a short amount of time, Lancer, so we should use our time as effectively as possible.
I do not have a particular.
I mean, if all of the places we have to check, I mean, we should just pick one and start.
All right. I'll find Valison. We can check out the temple. Why don't you both check out the bank, and then we'll rendezvous back at the bazaar and look there together.
There's
How does
also
that
the
sound?
there's also the fighting pits. You do have 4 places.
Oh, right. Well,
Well, the fighting
Nevertheless.
pits might be dangerous. We may want to go there all together.
fair enough. Then we'll go there last.
Oriana will
Alright.
lean in. Oh, I know I was eavesdropping there. Our latest tournament is happening, so fighting pits are going to be quite crowded. Just be aware. The opening of the latest one is tonight. But I'll say, if you've never seen a Scorchstone tournament, it's quite something. And there was, at some point, I know there was a brief mention of this while you guys, I think, were in the Centaur lands. You know that they do a very different style of fighting here. You know, it's not necessarily people who do the fighting, but they make sort of others fight for them.
Like a patron or like a champion or something?
Maybe more like a Pokemon.
Interesting.
I don't remember exactly how much you guys learned about it, but I think that's the vague idea you learned about it.
We could just send Charlie in, right? He's like basically a Pokemon.
Yeah, it's pretty much a Pokemon.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna say, if you want to give me, I know this is like retroactive, but if you want to give me another investigation roll of that looks very strange on your camera, Andrew. just this off screen. I know it's technically retroactive, but if you wanna give me like an investigation roll to see how much you would have learned about the fighting pits during your reading. Give me that roll. Investigation roll.
For Hazard, right?
Yeah, for Hazard, because Hazard had the book on the city.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
Sorry. I just go ahead and give me another investigation roll, like in reference to the book you were reading on the train. I just want to, yeah, okay. So, in terms of the fighting pits and what goes down there, I would say, because you rolled really well on it before. So yeah, Hazard would have read that basically these fighting pits, they like for a time would just have the Dragonborn fight each other there. And of course, like there's a whole war fought over, hey, you can't be treating these people like that. So as a result, now, because they can't do that, now what happens is people will come, not just tieflings, but people all over the world will like partner up and like train with like some sort of animal and have like animals fight each other now in this pit. Just giving you a little more context. So that's what Hazard would have learned.
Tight. That was probably one of my fun facts on the train.
Yeah. So you guys would also be aware of that. Okay, so who is going where first? Because you guys are like, splitting up somewhat.
I think I
Yeah.
kind of like spring down and kind of boo. Got you guys.
Who did you get?
You guys.
You got the guys? Where are
No.
they? Where are they currently located?
You're the guys I got.
We're not the guys. We're looking for the
We're
guys.
looking for Wizards, Hazard. I
We're
thought that
looking
was
for
clear.
wizards. Yeah, you guys are no fun. I totally got you. You had no idea I was there.
Right. Well, we're splitting up and checking out the city.
Oh, okay. Where do you want me to go?
You can come with one of us to either the bank or the temple, or you can go start looking around the bazaar. We figure we all go to the fighter pit later together.
But don't steal anything.
At the fighter pit? What's there to steal? Loincloths and spears? Weirdo.
Mm. He says to the person not wearing anything with spears on his back.
Yeah, it's true.
And a loincloth.
No,
And a Charlie.
I don't get what you mean.
Anyway. I suppose I may be most useful at the bank or the bazaar. Whoever wants me as backup.
Saw that scurry by. Why don't you head with them to the bank then? Might want to check out their security there.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
but don't like, go dressing in like that and right into the bank. They might think you're trying to rob the bank.
Well, if they think I'm trying to rob it, maybe they should defend it better.
That seems like victim blaming.
Only victim is going to be whoever's arm tries to stop me.
All right, Lancer, can you make sure that they don't get into trouble, please?
Gotcha. And he just grabs them both by the collars.
Yeah, hey,
Claps off.
Okay, so who's going where first?
I guess the bank for Lancer and Company.
Okay, so who's the company? It's Lancer and who else? Lancer,
Hazard
Charlie, and Hazard. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys go to the bank. Infernal Investments.
Oh, this is a big one.
Yeah. Dude, I could climb that.
This looks really
no.
scary. This looks really scary, guys.
But aren't the gates usually underground?
Maybe, but I could climb that.
No, don't. No.
I could. Yeah, I could. Totally could.
But if you fall.
If I fall, please.
Well, anyways, we have to go inside. It's not on top of the bank.
Right.
I still you could, but let's not right now, because they might think you're robbing the bank.
Okay, later then. Later. I'll see you later.
I guess we
My
walk
white
inside the
whale.
bank.
Okay. You walk inside and it's what you'd expect in a bank lobby. There are patrons there. There are people walking up to bank tellers. There are people making deposits, asking for loans. General business is happening here. Some people are in line. Some are filling out documents.
Wait. You said answering phones? They have phones here?
Did I say answering phones? I thought I said something about loans.
Oh, okay. I misheard then. I
Oh,
was like,
very different.
excuse me?
Yeah, no, sorry. Applying for loans might be what I said.
Oh. That's
Yeah,
that's far less
you walk in.
interesting.
You walk in, and someone's on his iPhone X, just like.
What
Oh.
is this?
Oh!
How weird would that be?
It's a wizard!
It's so weird. So yeah, and sort of right by the entrance, you do have like a welcome / information kind of booth too.
Okay. Lancer's gonna go up to that.
Okay. And there's sort of a tiefling, well dressed, of course, because they work at the bank, and just, oh, yes. How may I help you today? Is Charlie still invisible?
I know I am here, and I am hoping to find some kind of candy or mint or a lollipop that they sometimes give to the children. In
So
the
he
bank.
will absolutely notice Charlie and just, can I help? Oh, aren't you the most adorable? Tell you what, how would you like a proper suite for visiting the bank today?
I would like that very much. Thank you.
And he'll reach down with a candy bowl that has kind of a variety of treats. Now, don't take too many. You don't want to ruin those beautiful dragon teeth.
Okay, I'll take 2, but no more.
Okay. So what can I help you fine folks with today?
Do you have an old-looking gate somewhere in the building?
I do not follow, sir. I'm sorry.
We're
It's a
looking at
matter
the-
of security.
And also, I'm gonna have to ask you either remove the mask or wait outside. He's looking at Hazard. I'll need you to either remove the mask or wait outside, sir, before you step too much further into the building.
Neither of those
security
will be
precautions.
possible. I'm sorry. It's a safety measure.
I understand, but we have our own safety measures. I will have to alert security if you do not comply.
Understood. And Hazard kind of removes his bandolier of throwing darts, undoes his his holster, or not his the thing around his waist that
Mhm.
has the swords and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah, yeah.
like kind of clatters all his weapons to the floor. And it's like every time you think he's okay, there's his bow and arrows. Okay, there's his swords. There's daggers. Like he keeps going, and then like, oh yeah, I think that's all of it. All right, is that good enough?
Sir, as I said, it's the mask we're concerned about. The weapons, honestly, we're quite capable of taking care of ourselves. And he'll motion down, and you'll see he has like scimitars on either side. Like they're we can handle ourselves in that regard, sir. It's an identity thing, you understand. We're a bank.
How about this? You don't know me even without the mask.
It is true, but that's our concern. We need to know your face without the mask.
Lancer's gonna like lean down to him. Is like,
You know, you could go even more incognito if you had took off the mask and made a persona.
Yeah, I like that we sent the dude with the mask to the bank.
Yeah, it's great.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think about it. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I had immediate concern about this.
Well, I mean, I can make a promise as a hero, one of the heroes of Octon, one of the dream catchers, that I'm here on good business and no one here will be harmed.
I'm afraid I don't know to which heroes you refer, sir.
Really? That's wild. We've killed like a bunch of these dream demon things.
It's actually why we came here, because, you know, you might be in danger of one of them.
So,
Yeah.
okay, I need to lay this out here. You've come into the bank, one of you is masked, and you've told me I'm in danger. You can understand why I am going to alert security now, yes?
Oh, you're not in danger from us,
Correct.
but the implication.
I am...
And actually, security should probably know about the danger as well.
She's going to reach over, and there's like a series of like bells next to her, and she's going to like ring one that's like kind of blackened. It's going to ring, and then some real big old buff tieflings are going to walk over and just, there seems to be a problem over here. And
Yes, there's going to be.
Okay, you cannot. No, you're gonna have, sir. I'm sorry, folks. That you're gonna have to leave.
Oh, it's cool. Can I get my weapons first? Listen, before you do, we're here on official business. We're the dream catchers, and we are trying to track down gates that have been letting out really unsavory, vile things that tend to ruin things around them. We have no qualms with you. We're just doing some fact-finding missions right now. But if you know of an archway, let us know, and we can work out some terms to get those things dealt with.
Roll me persuasion.
You know, what I'm good at. Not the worst
horrible.
roll.
They'll look over at the information person, and they'll just wait here. Do not cause any trouble.
Should I get my weapons back on or just leave them there?
Why don't you leave the weapons?
I'll leave them there.
Okay, and they're gonna.
Lancer-
Lancer
get a
takes a
lol-
look in the candy bowl. He's like,
What do we have?
Can I get a lollipop?
The desk person will be like, no, you can't. Not after that.
After what?
So let's take a pause. Well, actually, Sid got up, so we won't go to the other group just yet. So there'll be a couple minutes will pass, and eventually a different tiefling will now approach you guys.
oh,
He comes in, and I've been talking with the cashier. Like, did you know that this building got replaced? It actually was destroyed, just like the bazaar and a couple other places. And I'll just be going over the fun facts.
Eventually,
I
they'll be
heard.
like, please stop talking to me. Sid, are you sitting down or are you just checking in?
I was checking in.
Okay, continue then. We won't cut over to you just yet.
Okay.
Oh, you must be the bank manager.
I am not.
Oh,
but I can, I guess, perhaps help you. My name is Wujir. I am the assistant to Mr. Trust, who is the head of security here at the bank.
oh, wonderful. So, like Mr. Hazard said here, we are looking for a gate where terrible things have been coming out of them. We're hunting them, actually, because, well, they're dangerous to everybody in the city.
You can understand why that sounds like complete nonsense, yes.
Absolutely. And I thought it was nonsense too until I saw it happen in front of me. And then we killed it. It was huge and very dangerous.
Well, I certainly hope we don't have to do any killing in the bank today. Do you have...
I would like to prevent that too, which is why we're coming to ask you about it.
I see. Well, I don't bother Mr. Trust unless absolutely necessary, and a viable security threat qualifies. However, I need some sort of either qualification for yourself or for this threat you speak of.
Oh, I'm Captain Lancer from,
Oh, God, I forgot what his official position was in Octon.
I don't remember either, but it's important.
Yeah, he'll give off like his position, and presumably he has
Yeah,
some
like
sort of
paperwork or something for that.
Yeah, he has something that shows his credentials for
Yeah.
sure, like a
Alright.
badge essentially.
Okay, so he'll pick it up, he'll look at it and just... I see. Well, if someone of your rank says there is a credible threat, I suppose it needs investigating. If you would like to follow me, I can take you up to Mr. Trust's office.
oh, thank you very much.
And he will lead you...
Hazard, stop playing with the food bowl.
And he will lead you over to their rudimentary elevator kind of system. With that though,
Elevator system?
well, lifts and pulleys. Because it's a tall building as you saw.
I could totally climb it.
Please don't create a threat. Let's move over to the other to Val and Braun, who are headed where? The market, is that correct?
The temple.
Temple. Okay. So you find yourselves a temple, as I skip another ad here. All right, so you head to said temple. I did add horns to the statues at the top of this one because I realized they had angel wings, and I was like, that's the opposite of what I want here.
You can barely tell they're at it.
Yeah, they blend right in. Anyways, so as you walk to the temple and you see these kind of these, you would assume clerics kind of at the entrance. By the way, these also illustrated by Mr. Tomas Romain, the one who also did all the Dream Knight art. When you see them, and they are actually sort of as the picture shows here, they do actually float in the air. They're not standing on the ground. But if you go to the temple, you will see the three of them kind of, well, there's more than the three, but just, to illustrate, you have some of these in front of the temple entrance.
We'll approach.
Okay. As you approach, one will kind of stick out its hand and just... What business do you have at the Temple of Glacia?
My name is Braun Hamstrung. This is Valison Shademark. We're here representing a group known as the Dreamcatchers. You may or may not be aware of a current attack that's happening on Sentra from creatures known as the Dream Knights. They seem to emerge from old gateways, centuries, if not thousands of years old. A couple of your civilians have started having the dreams which indicate their approach. We're here investigating to intercept them and stop them before they hurt anyone. Would you happen to know of any old gateways or archways that seem unusual?
I'm afraid I do not, and I'm also afraid to say that the temple is not open to visitors today. We're actually training a newcomer in there today. But if you wish to return tomorrow, you could potentially speak to Vex or Joy then.
Training a newcomer in what exactly?
Well, sometimes people sort of have a change of heart and they wish to serve a deity. In our case, of course, the great Glacia herself. And he came to the city. My understanding is as some sort of uh, community service deal for crimes he committed, but is now here and is going to be trained in our much more orderly ways.
I feel like we should probably know this person. Sounds vaguely familiar, maybe? Would you... This might sound like, maybe a little bit of, being nosy, but may I ask his name, maybe?
That roll me a persuasion, actually.
Please? Equals, nope. Plus. 6? Persuasion? Damn, 7? Okay.
Okay, it's 13. Oh,
It's
24.
almost a 1. It was
24.
almost a fucking 1.
24. He'll, listen, you must understand when people come to us, they often assume no identities. You understand it's a matter of forgiveness and what's the word I'm looking for? Rehabilitation. But you must know, and if you can keep it between us, as I'm not
Of
supposed to
course.
divulge it, he's a dwarf by the name of Castor, I believe.
We know this name. We know this freaking name. Castor.
He was the
Oh,
one.
it's the guy.
Yeah,
it's
he was
the
the one.
Castor.
Yeah, he was the one slinging all the spells.
Now there's a name I have not heard in some time.
See, we know all of the little ruffians and delinquents in this place.
I will say also, speaking of names, let me double check something real quick. Braun, second. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, okay, so Braun, you did not, battle her yourself, but when you fought that tournament back in Pawtooth, there was a Vex there at the time. And so these guys just said, you could see Vex or Joy tomorrow. So that's a name that will also ring a bell as somebody that you know back from that tournament.
This Vex person participated in the tournament of Pawtooth.
Oh, yes, Joy did want her to get more combat experience. I heard she didn't do too well, though.
Well, I don't believe I ever encountered them, so can't say yes.
I see. Well, that's to your loss then. Vex is very great. She's in fact the head of all the clerics here at the temple. She handles the clerics and Joy handles all the paladins.
If there were another cleric, say of another faith, would you allow that person to walk through these halls to investigate?
Not on a day when we're doing confidential training, I'm afraid. That's pretty hard and fast.
Before we leave, because we want to be respectful of what you are doing and your traditions. I'm gonna pull out one of my pieces of paper with all the mysteries of the universe scribbled on it.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna show it to them. It's all the symbols like from the dream gates.
Okay.
Does any of this look a little familiar to any of you by chance?
They kind of all take turns looking at it. Doesn't look, and you hear the muttering like, well, it's definitely not common. It doesn't look like, it's not the Tabaxi language. It's not celestial. It's not infernal. And they all kind of, no, this is unknown to us.
Okay, so you haven't seen anything like that here in your temple so far?
Can't say that we have, although you understand parts of the temple aren't open to all members of the order.
Of course. Just, a baser knowledge of whether or not, it's in the common place is a little helpful, I think.
Of course. Well, I suppose the answer is no in that case.
Braun, would you like to call it and go maybe check out somewhere else?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ryan, if you intended to do a persuasion roll or something there, you can go for it. But I wasn't sure if you were trying to go for something like that when you were asking me to go in.
I was pressing, but I wasn't trying to force anything.
Okay.
The second we're out
say-
of there. Go ahead. I need to check if
I was
I
going
have
to
it.
say, you should know, if you are training your clerics in there, that there is a force coming to this place. So if there are people you can pray to, or I don't know, crystal balls you can look at, I'd highly advise it about this time.
We pray to Glacia pretty constantly, so I suppose if that's something you wish to offer on your behalf, we can do that.
What do I know about Glacia?
Roll for it. I suppose it would just be history. I mean, I guess you could technically do... I don't know if you could technically do Arcana, but certainly history.
It's religion.
Yes, religion. Duh, yeah.
12.
Okay, what about you, Sid?
For Arcana or religion, you said.
It could be history or religion.
Okay. Both of them are the same thing.
It would just kind of change, you know, how I give you the answer. Or you two rolled basically the same. 13, you just know that, like, Torm being one of the, like, real recent popular celestial deities, Glacia is kind of the big cheese when it comes to infernal deities nowadays. She's the one a lot of people worship.
Maybe my squeegee guy will know a thing. I could maybe ask him or something.
Interesting. You haven't seen that guy in some time.
No, we haven't, and I literally just remembered he existed for me.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna move. We're gonna move back to the bank now. Although I guess it's a good opportunity for for Val and Braun to perhaps check out the market if that's what they wanted to do. But going back to the bank,
Mr. Braun, they have this like food station. Okay, they are killing like snakes live to like cook and stuff, but they are so fresh that the meat is still moving. It is not so crazy. I hate it 100%, but you really need to see it.
I am morbidly curious.
Let's
go. Eat some
go.
snake.
by the way, so I'm just gonna say it was funny to me that we sent the guy with the mask to the bank, because now it's gonna be even funnier that it was not Val or Braun that went to the bank to me. Because now as you guys get off the elevator now, you go up a decent number of floors, and Wujir leads you guys off the elevator, and he will step out into an office where
I choose you.
where there is a very regal looking tiefling taking a bunch of notes, doing papers, and then in the corner, yeah, there's this little animal kind of scuffling and playing with some papers and just, you know, like biting at the stuff.
I recognize this tiefling.
Yeah, you used this art before for something.
Adorable.
So this very nice looking tiefling will actually float up over his desk like this picture here over to you guys and just thank you, Wujir. And he will extend a hand. I am Garen Trust, head of security for the bank.
Hello.
And unfortunately, Braun and Val are not there to recognize this as the last member of Van's circus troupe.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Because the other three of you don't know anything about that.
Thank you for meeting with us. You have a very cute animal.
Now please play with the animal.
Oh, yes, thank you. This is Eve. She's a moon tiger.
Oh,
Can I play with the moon tiger, please?
Absolutely, young one.
That's Charlie. And this is Lancer. Sergeant Lancer.
Captain,
Captain Lancer.
we've been over this.
And I'm Hazard.
Yes, the one who refuses to remove his mask.
Indeed, I did remove my weapons.
I appreciate it. Although, and he'll
Not
kind of
that I
raise his
would-
hands, and his hands will glow kind of like in the picture. Although I assure you, the weapons were not the threat to one such as myself.
I too am a weapon.
Yes. So,
Anyway.
and Charlie, when you go over to any of you could do this, but Charlie specifically, if you want to roll a nature for me, because he mentioned specifically that this was this thing called a moon tiger. So if one of you want to roll for what that is or could be, go for it.
what are we rolling?
Nature.
I'll try.
Yeah, I'm not too good at that. Nope, I've never heard of this.
Wow.
Well, Lancer nat
Ooh.
20'd.
Shit.
No,
No,
it's a
dirty
19 plus
20.
one.
Sorry. Lancer, you know that moon tigers are an extremely rare animal on Sentra, and in fact, this kind of thematically works. You have that special like moon great axe that it can kind of change properties in the moonlight. A moon tiger, when it reaches maturity, will sort of evolve into some sort of creature. It can't change under the moonlight like your weapon can, but once it reaches maturity, there's like basically these 8 different things it could become. So it's a very, very rare creature.
Where did you find one?
I used to travel in a circus, actually. We came across one during our travels.
A circus?
Yes, before
He
my...
leans back to Hazard.
Weren't they friends with some circus people?
Yeah, some carny who loved knives, I guess.
What was his name?
I don't know.
He's old. Talk like this.
Like a car or truck.
Van. It was Van.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you all know Van?
No.
Sort of.
Do?
Mutual acquaintance.
I see.
Yeah.
Well,
Our acquaintances are acquainted, I guess.
But
see.
we're traveling with people that know him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, I met Eve during those travels, and we sort of had a bit of a bond, and now she's sort of become my go-to anytime we hold a tournament around here. She does quite well for herself.
I guess you're participating in the tournament that's going to happen.
I am. The first round is this evening, in fact.
Oh, we'll be sure to watch. But before that, I guess we should talk about what we came here to talk about. There's these gates that pose quite a bit of danger, and these terrible knights come through them and attack everything. It's real bad stuff. In fact, do you have a piece of paper?
Yes, many, and he'll do a motion and like telekinetically bring paper and parchment and stuff over.
He's gonna try and draw out the last gate now that he's actually seen one in person.
Okay. Performance for your drawing.
Oh, good.
Right? Is that what we did when Lady E tried to sketch the
I
thing?
think so.
yeah.
Cool.
I'm
Oh
really,
boy.
I'm rooting for a nat 1 here. God damn it.
Dirty 20.
Ooh.
You
Nicely
very
done.
you beautifully recreate.
Glasses.
Yeah, you beautifully recreate the arch. Unfortunately, Garen looks at it and says, "This is a wonderful drawing that I'm afraid resembles nothing I've ever seen."
Oh, no, that's a good thing. Because
Well,
it means
I
it's
see.
not in the bank.
Well, unfortunately, it's not that simple. As I'm sure both of you are aware, well, as I'm sure you are aware, sir, this building was destroyed and rebuilt
Yes.
many years ago.
During the war, yes. Unfortunate thing.
Well, the gates we've found have been in similar buildings from long ago. So if there's any way to maybe visit the old structure of it, that might be our best bet.
We used the original vault, but you understand that as head of security, I can't just take someone I've just met into the bank's vault.
Is that the only thing left of the original structure?
The only thing that survived the burning of this part of the city, yes.
Well, can you guys go check it out and then like come back just to be sure?
I
mean,
would prefer I only take one of you to the vault for security purposes, and he looks at Hazard, and you'll understand if I take the one who has rank and is not hiding his face from me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Plus, I only have like 250 gold to deposit, so that wouldn't be worth a vault visit, I guess.
I see.
How much is money worth here?
The same as anywhere else.
How much is money worth?
1 gold per 10 silver, the usual exchange rates.
I guess I didn't clarify.
Yes, well then, Captain, if you wish, I could escort you down to the vault, and Wujir, if you don't mind watching Hazard and Charlie and Eve up here in the office.
That
Yeah.
would be great.
Oh, sorry.
Can I read one of those books? You got a lot of books up there.
You may, although they're pretty boring. Something about designing accounting skill trees.
Interesting. I'll take a look.
That
Thank
sounds
you.
that sounds dreadfully boring.
So he will lead away. He'll lead Lancer down to the vault. So you're riding down on the elevator.
He's
just-
definitely Lando, right?
Oh, this
He's
Ujir
smooth as
here?
hell.
I don't know, but I saw that and I was immediately like, not really the like personal assistant vibe, but I was like, I gotta use this guy's picture because this is a smooth looking dude.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll ride down the elevator and Garen will walk Lancer to the vault and open it up.
And like, so when we get down to the vault area, does it look like it's part of a ruin?
It's certainly so. You see, like, you can see that. Well, you know what? Roll me. I guess it would be investigation if you're like surveying the actual like
Okay.
structure. Yeah. I mean, I guess it could also be history, or investigation.
Well, they're the same. So
Okay.
Oh man, I'm the investigator. I should have gone.
Whew,
Um,
not horrible.
So Lancer, it's very similar architecture. However, it's very clear that this vault is much, much older. You can clearly see sort of like there's no such thing as scars on a building, but if there were, you would see the scar line of where like this is the old vault, this is everything else they built out from it.
Gotcha. So I like see the mortar, and the mortar changes color very drastically.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there's different
basically.
stone.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
As he walks through, he's gonna say,
And this is the only thing that's left from the other buildings.
and he's like, he doesn't even pay attention to like the treasures. He's just like
Yeah.
touching the walls as he
Un-
walks around.
well, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it.
Well, that's good for you. It means that you don't have a gate in your bank.
Excellent.
Well, it means that no knight's gonna pop out from here and then, attack everything in your bank and destroy your vault. That is bad.
I
would've been
have
real bad.
security around the clock here. Around the
Yes,
water clock.
With like a simple insight check.
You're
could I
not
see-
here. You're up in
How
the
many-
office.
Yeah, this is retro.
Okay. I'm
how
actually going to cut back to you guys, so if you
Could
want
I
to hold
wreck
on to
those
it.
fools? Could I wreck those fools?
We can,
Oh wait.
yeah. Well, I'm going to cut back up to the office in a little bit, so don't worry about it. Anything else you want to survey in the vault?
He wants to look to see if there's any possibility of like a hidden passage in
Okay.
this area.
That would be another investigation roll.
Oh boy, I've rolled so well, so this is gonna be the one that is terrible,
Don't
right?
Say that.
Let's see what happens.
Oh no!
No, everything checks out.
7. Okay. Oh, wait. Why do I have the dice are turned off? I want to see the dice. There we go. Yeah, nothing suspicious to you, Lancer. Seems like an old vault.
Yep, and I don't have any spells that can do anything otherwise. Okay, well, Lancer's satisfied with his investigation, and he will like reach out his hand and shake the man's hand.
Thank you very much for cooperating.
Yes, thank you. And when you shake his hand, you kind of get like a little like not like static shock, but you feel a little bit of that like touch. Like it doesn't actually shock you, but you feel like, well, this dude is magic AF.
Oh, he's like energized.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's a different handshake.
Indeed. All right, so back up to the office. Charlie's playing around with Eve. Hazard's reading a book. Wujir is up there.
Mujir was head of security.
Wujir is the assistant to the head of security.
Gotcha.
Garen, the magic-y guy, is the head, and Wujir is his like assistant. So as Charlie's playing with Eve, Wujir would just point out, she seems to be taking quite a liking to you, young Charlie.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that she likes me.
Yes. Are you aware of how our tournaments happen here in Scorchstone?
Not really.
Well, some
There's
places.
something about that you fight with the animals, but I don't know why you'd want this cute little thing to fight.
Well, she can be a little less cute when the action starts, But we also like to pace things out here. Some places they do a whole tournament in a day or two. We like to have one round each night, really stretch it out, make it a real big event.
Wow, that's gotta be really expensive for those tickets, so we can add them up.
Oh, one ticket will get you a time for the whole, entry for the whole thing. Although, now that you've made acquaintance with Garen and myself, Mr. Trust and myself, I suppose you may be able to join us in our box seats.
Oh, that'd be swell.
He'll of course be down on the field to battle with Eve, but we will have a nice view.
Okay then.
You know, some people get tired of dedicating an entire episode to a tournament, so we just have a little bit here and there to balance it out.
Okay, I understand.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna now move over to the marketplace. Bron and Val in the market. So Bron and Val, when you get to the market, it's a real busy place. There are like stalls for days. Anything like you could imagine is here. Like Bron, you're from a port town, but this market even puts Northport's market shame. Like anything you want is here. As soon as you enter, the two largest and most prominent stalls are right up front, and you see it's these two individuals here. But you know, anything that's not in their inventory, you could totally find somewhere in here. Like if you want to ask, you'll be able to find it. But these are absolutely the two largest and most crowded stalls when you walk in. Stalls isn't even the right word. Like it's a whole shebang, you know?
Valson, look at this right here. It appears to be what they call spice, and it says they put it on their food. Have you ever heard of anything like this? I've never seen anything like this before.
I think I heard it referenced to as a drug once, but it might have been something else. Like it might have just been like a code word.
I've never heard of a drug called paprika before. I'll have to keep it in mind.
Look, you know, Outer Rings of Octon, we come up with all sorts of weird code names for illicit substances.
True.
Not to be a
The
narc.
youth move so fast with their lingo.
Yeah, like what was that stuff called that I totally don't have in my backpack? What, what was the drug?
Oh, the
That we were-
Stardust.
Yeah, like, you know, like Stardust, like
Oh yeah.
Like Stardust. Right there.
that I totally don't have. Totally.
I'll go to the spice vendor and be like, "Excuse me, you don't happen to carry Stardust, do you?"
Excuse me? Are you asking me if I carry an illicit substance in my completely legitimate spice stall?
Inside
Oh wait,
check.
these are
Inside check.
Are you both inciting?
Legitimate.
Why? Are you a narc?
God damn.
You both believe him. He seemed like actually indignant. Like you're like, I am a businessman. How dare you?
I apologize. Just the sign spice. You understand that it means a lot of things, and we've had some dangerous encounters before with the substance. We just want
Very dangerous.
So all of this
I
is
am
just purely for cuisine. Is that
Exactly.
correct?
I am sorry for whatever bad experience you've had in the past. Please do not project it onto my perfectly legitimate business.
That is fair. Now, I'm very much a spice novice. What would you say for someone starting out with someone who has really only experimented with pepper?
Salt.
Well, you know, spice comes in ranks, so to speak. You look like a military man yourself. You understand ranks, yes?
course.
This right here, he's going to reach over. This one we call Desert Bite. Just, you know, a bite. Not a chomp, not a rip, not a stab. Just a simple bite. That'll give you a nice kick to your food. And he'll set that down on the table.
Very nice, very nice.
What kind of spice do you have that will make me regret living? Like, what is the stuff that will, like, you're going to feel it coming out and you're gonna cry when it goes in?
Oh, for that, he'll reach over to a bottle that looks kind of very similar to what he just set down in front of Braun. For that, we have what we call Viper.
Whatever
much
it is,
for-
it was on those wings that I ate like 10 years ago, and I stayed at Richard's house for like a week.
Oh man, I remember those.
That was hell. You
I'm
remember?
thinking of,
You were
like,
videotaping. I ate them, and
The
Luke ate them.
chip.
Yep.
Luke was a champ.
Do you guys want to
Is it-
roll? Can you
Hold
roll?
on, is it the powder?
No, they're both like little bottles.
Damn it! I wanted to lace it with flour and then like.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
was gonna do the same
ow.
thing. I was gonna put it in there.
Now, yeah, they're both. Oh well, if you're looking for a dry rub, I've got that too. I do have it in powdered form. He'll set down powdered form.
Can
Yeah,
I
I
get?
got your
easy to
dry
travel
rub
that way.
right here, buddy.
Can I get one of each? And also, Tony, what was the dice roll that you wanted?
I would
I'm
also like one of
trying
each.
to weaponize the
Give me a
flour.
give me a perception from each of you real quick.
Nope, that was persuasion. What's my perception? Let's see.
I saw that almost a 1. Okay, you both. Remember how I said he set down a bottle that looks very similar? He tried to give Braun a super spicy thing as like a don't insult my business. Here's a mild one for you, buddy.
I had a feeling.
So there's 2 identical bottles of real hot stuff on the table in front of you in liquid form.
What if?
Excuse me, sir. It appears that you've just placed the bottle twice here. Now, I would never insinuate that you've made a mistake, but I would like an explanation.
Well, what better way to grow accustomed to spice than to start on the deep end, you know?
I think when you start on the deep end, you tend to drown, is the way that saying goes.
Right. Well, if you don't wish to drown, he'll take the then perhaps we forego the liquid and we just stick with the powdered spice that you requested.
Wait, no, I want one of both.
Oh. Well, one of both would just be 2 of the same, you understand.
Oh no, I understand, but you took both of the liquids, right?
Correct. You would like one liquid,
like-
one powder?
Yes, sir.
I see.
I plan on doing so many things later.
And he will hand them both over. And I think, what do we say flour? It's normally 1 silver or 2?
I think
Usually pretty low. It's like
I feel like it's
couple
2.
coppers.
I feel like it's, I thought it was, because you're getting like, you're not like scooping flour into something. You've typically gotten the bag with the flour. So I want to say it was 2 silver for that. Like it would be kind of like 1 for the sack, 1 for the flour.
you already have some flour, so.
Okay, so I'm gonna say it's the same for this. It's 2 silver, so total of 4.
I also have new pajamas.
I would like.
I don't even know where those came from.
I don't either.
I have no idea.
I would
Oh,
like the nice
that-
dry rub spice, the not nice dry rub spice, which will immediately go into his sack of flour. And then I'd get like the 2 super hot fuck you hot sauce vials that he tried to push on him before.
Okay, so Val's got 1 powder, 1 liquid of the super hot.
Yes.
And then so you're getting, Ryan, just so I divvy this up correctly, you're getting, it's still 4 silver for each of you. But so you're getting a super hot bottle and like just a little hotter than pepper, right?
Yes.
Okay. So he'll find you that, and it kind of looks like, it almost looks like a salt shaker, but like here and there are specks of like a redder substance inside of it.
So I'm getting one of the really hot ones to put into my bag of flour then.
Okay,
So
yes.
I'm gonna mark it as that.
Yeah, so you guys have a total of 2 hot liquids, 1 semi-hot rub, and then 1 super hot rub. Is
Perfect.
your total here.
Mr. Sir, while we were here, may I ask you
How
a
did you know my name?
question? It was a wild guess, you know?
Thanks. My mother calls me Sirloin, but Sir is enough.
Mr. Sir, are there any places here in this plaza that have been renovated or rebuilt recently, like anywhere in particular?
Well, the whole thing was rebuilt after the war. That was
Oh, the whole thing?
that was some time ago at this point. But yes, all the stalls at the time were destroyed. I believe my great uncle maybe had a store at the time. Everything completely burned to the ground. It's a wonder, and he points over to the 2 large stalls. It's quite a wonder that old Blood and Dustberry over there were able to, gain the popularity they've had since.
Oh. Well, maybe we should go ask them.
Or would you say they are pillars in the bazaar area marketplace?
The 2 most popular spots and have been for quite some time.
I think we'll pay a visit then. Thank you very much for your expertise.
You are
I
very
look forward
welcome.
to trying this. seasoning.
Yeah, let me just. I'm
Got,
gonna
like,
check
just, like, a
something
doodle of
real
somebody
quick.
crying with just like snot everywhere.
So just FYI, all the destruction and rebuilding was 600 years ago from where you are now, give or take, a couple years, about 600
Okay.
years ago. Just for your own benefit. So yeah, so if you want to go over, you can go over to who are you visiting first? You visiting Blood or Dustberry?
I kind of want to go see Blood because he looks like he is an honorary son of a gun.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
scares me.
Yeah, you walk over and you go see Blood, and he's just like, "Ah, look at this! We got some new customers at Bloods."
I love him. Oh my god.
He's fucking Boss Nass. That's the voice.
Yeah,
you're
he's from
doing.
Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah.
I was right.
I was going for
right.
like a Watto or a Boss Nass kind of thing.
Or
Look
what-
like we
yeah.
got some new customers. What can Blood do for you?
You try to do the Jedi mind trick on me. It's not gonna work.
Listen, I saw a picture of this guy. I've had this guy on my computer like since I started planning this campaign. I saw this dude. I was like, that dude is like some real like honorary merchant, just like Sid said.
He's in my Pinterest too. Like
Yeah.
What can I do
Oh,
for
yeah.
these fresh new faces at Bloods?
Mm,
Nice.
can usually do it faster. Hello, Mr. Blood. How are you on this super fine day?
Business is a booming as usual, like drums in the middle of a canyon, echoing out to the sky.
Whoa! Good to hear, sir. Wow. So I'm afraid that I am not necessarily here for business, but I will happily give you money for all of your trouble and whatever information that we can obtain from you.
I'll never say no to money.
Oh, you know, most people don't. I know I don't. So,
But some would, and if they do, I don't trust them. If you're not motivated by money, what do you have in your life?
what do you like, right?
I suppose
like,
you could have love or a true purpose or a sense of peace and purpose, but money's good too, right?
money is going to pay the rent. Love will not pay for
Money
rent,
pays
okay?
the rent on my really nice apartment. You know what I'm saying? Look over all of Scorestone is lovely.
I
You
know
are
it.
welcome to visit Bloods anytime you want, and I'm not referring to the stall, little lady.
Just like the blush is purple because she is blue, and just slowly looks at Bron like,
Yeah, so back to business. We're actually investigating something, looking for what might be look like a stone archway or gateway, something that's been here for quite some time.
Still blushing, pulling out the paper with the symbols and
A
everything.
lot of things been in Scorchstone. Oh, you have. I see. Let me. This
Is
don't
that
look
the-
like anything I know. It's not common. It's not infernal. Where do you see this?
It's inscribed on the side of these stone archways.
So I suppose if you see the symbols, you know you're in the right place, huh?
Correct. Would
Or
you
the
happen to know
wrong
any?
place, objectively.
They tend to be quite dangerous. Are there any areas of the market or bazaar that are off limits for being
Well,
dangerous?
There's
Or
certainly.
places that have been built over, even.
Well, the whole thing, of course, was destroyed 600 years ago and rebuilt after the war, but, you know, there's the shady parts in the back.
And Croker did let you know that's kind of like where his fence is too. So you know there is a part of the market like that.
How would one go about going into the shady parts of the market?
You're looking for the right symbols, not like the ones you have written there, of course. And you know you're in the right place.
Oh, I think he's talking about the thieves' cant.
You can speak that, correct?
No, but I have thieves' tools.
Croker did tell you how to get there, so you know how to at least get to the area.
Unless
Very
this
well.
nice man is going to teach us how to speak it.
That would take
might-
a long time, little lady, but if you want to spend some quality time, we can
Oh,
do that.
stop it. Oh goodness. We so we should go to the other stall or something.
Okay, don't spend too long away from me, huh?
Mr. Blood,
stop
before
it.
we venture into more unsavory areas, is there anything we should know? Anyone we should not cross or any specific practices or customs we should not do while we're there.
He
For
looks.
our own safety.
The spice vendor was clearly somebody not to cross because you were like, hey, you got something other than pepper? And he was like, I'm going to have this and it's going to burn me.
Hey, do you have drugs?
The first thing you say to the guy. Blood kind of looks you two
I
over.
appreciated that reference, by the way.
You know, you both are pretty like armored up and weaponed up. And you say, "You look like you can handle yourselves. You know, just maybe don't cause any big trouble. You know, thieves like to keep it on the DL, so I hear."
Good that you've heard about these thieves.
Yes.
You can help
Heard.
us. Val, if you're done gawking, we should probably get going.
Okay.
You can gawk anytime you want, little lady.
Oh, I just might later. Bye. Like
You're
seriously,
red,
like,
I'm blue. Maybe someday there's purple.
weird little purple children. I love it.
Okay, so you go over to the other stall,
Yes.
Sure.
and this one, she's a lot less vocal to her customers, but there's still like, you know, there's a lot around. She'll do this same pose as you guys come in, and she'll look. Oh, look at this! Some new customers at Dustberries.
Oh, she's super cute. Oh my goodness.
Yes, hello. We're obviously not from around here. We're doing a little bit of investigating, but I don't think anything that we can find on your inventory. We're looking something, and I'll do the same speech
Yeah.
dialogue box over again.
Roll me. Why don't you both actually roll me perception real quick?
It's so nice having a higher perception than like 1. Can I say?
Val, the entire time Bron's giving the spiel, Dustberry has given him the same look that Blood was giving you.
What is with all these like people with horns? What
So
is
as
going
soon
on
as he
here?
finishes the talk, she's just like, can't say I've seen anything like that, but you know, if you'd like to take a closer look at some of my merchandise, handsome, I'm sure we can arrange something.
I appreciate the offer. However, we are on a mission right now, and it is of the utmost importance that we find it.
Oh,
Many
God,
people will be in grave in danger if we do not pursue our goal.
I see.
God,
Well,
you can only get yourself some.
once you're done with your whole mission, and should you need a little R&R,
What?
I'm sure Dustberry can take care of that.
Valison, don't be absurd. I'm sure she just does this to all the customers.
Oh, she's got some horns on her head. You know what that
Only the
means.
ones that look like you, handsome.
And then there's like a little, like a fleck, some red that appears there. It's like, that may be. However, we are obviously on a very important job at the moment. Would you happen to, in kind of like looking over, yes, fine, flask. Good, all these good. Val, do you have your flour? Do we need to top off over here?
No,
Good, good.
I don't think so. I think I am okay.
All right, so you guys,
well,
sorry.
I think he's gonna embarrassingly buy something.
Okay.
How much did that lamp over there?
Oh, this
I
one?
love lamp.
Why, you looking to rub something?
No, just
That joke made Sid's camera fall.
it just seems like a nice souvenir while we're here is all.
Tell you what, normally 2 gold, but for a new customer, how about just 1?
I
Mr.
cannot
Brown,
refuse.
you that you?
That seems like a very good price. I would be a fool to deny such an offer. I will
Well-
accept.
Excellent. I'm happy we could have this little transaction.
Well, we should. Thank you. I'll take it wrapped, and Val, if you're ready to go, we should go find that area then.
She will wrap it, and unless you stop her, she will tuck it into one of the like pouches of your, you know, utility belt or whatever.
Like, I
Like,
think
reach right
Braun
over-
will have like turned away, and it's like, well, if we use these images, it's like, okay, all right, then we should.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, and we should go. Val, let's go.
welcome.
We're leaving.
As soon as we clear like the stalls, it's just like, what is going on here? Like,
Can
that's...
you both give me one more perception check?
Oh no. see. Let's see.
25 and a 17. Cool. You both look, as you probably, at some point you probably turn back to where you just came from, and you see the two of them, Blood and Dustberry, like giving each other just this like real horned up look, like, yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, so we were not special.
Well,
Oh,
not
no.
no, not a we
Oh.
got those suckers look, like a baby that was hot kind of look.
Oh. I wonder.
I think we just ran into some swingers.
I think we did, and I'm delighted. I don't know why.
I'm flattered.
But that man said that we could make purple. I wonder how his wife feels about that. That's a little strange.
Velison, I wouldn't think about it too hard while we're here.
I'm just a little concerned because, Nagiro is a little, and then this guy kind of looks like a villain, and it was a little, okay. I am worried that I
Tony.
have a type.
Yes.
With all those perception checks, did we happen to notice a wedding band on either of their fingers?
So no, but I'm gonna say based on every, like, I know what you just said was out of character, but if that's kind of the suspicions, it might be like, you know what? If they are, this might be part of their thing that, maybe they're gonna, it's easier to catch more fish if they're not wearing the ring. You know what I mean?
He looks the type, too. Also, he looks the type to just, like, randomly laugh maniacally. But, so we've come up, like, what, dry on both of our leads?
You haven't visited the
Well,
shady part yet.
Seems that the shady part might be worth checking out, but maybe we should wait for the rest of our companions to join us before we go into something that
can-
could be dangerous.
Use a 4th level spell to cast Sending and, tell them to meet us there.
You were almost out of minutes for today. Could you cool it with the sendings?
Look, I had to check on the kitty cat because, what if the kitty cat was somewhere else? What if the kitty cat was another person that was in total disguise, And then I had to talk to August, and I don't remember the third person that I talked to.
still.
That would suck. If that was legit, I would cry. I don't remember the third person that I sent to, but it was important,
It sounds important.
You sent to August to ask about his brother.
No, but it was the kitty cat, it was August, and it was Hazard. I was making sure
Let's
that
make sure he was
wasn't dead.
alive. Yeah.
And that's pretty important, I like Hazard.
So
You
did you
just
get?
hold on to that?
So
slot.
did you guys said you were gonna meet at the market, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So if you just wait a bit, then eventually, yeah, you will be reunited at the market, and you all can relay. We don't have to. We can pick up after you all have fade to black, fade back up. You've relayed everything that happened to you respectively.
I mean,
Ryan
that
seems
only
slightly
leaves-
frozen. We'll see if. Oh.
Mr. Lancer, I need you to help me run. It's a little bit of an experiment, okay? I'm going to send you to a vendor later, like a street vendor, and his name is Blood. But I want you to go visit him, and then I want you to go visit the lady, and I want you to tell me what they say to you respectively.
Why?
Because Mr. Ron and I think that they are swingers.
But I'm married. I don't understand.
Well, no, nobody's saying that.
So
you
are
have to
they,
go and
maybe.
do anything, But I'm curious, and without putting myself directly in the line of fire to make some purple, I don't want. I need this.
I know
It's a
I said it
mystery.
first, but I hate making purple as a phrase.
I do too. I do too.
Like, I'm already like, ugh.
That's some seedy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
But
I think we've discovered that the merchants here are they're not above anything to get us sales, so we should be cautious
But-
while here.
if you would be so kind, and then I will have Hazard do so after, and I'm not going to put Charlie in that line of fire. That's a little creepy. But I'm curious. I need to know.
We are here to find the gate, though, right? It's
Correct.
still, yeah.
Oh, you
But
might find some
like-
gates.
Maybe solve the rest of the mysteries of the universe while we go.
That doesn't sound like a mystery of the. It sounds like you figured out the mystery of the universe and you just want other people to experience it.
I do.
He's giving her the like knowing cop dad look.
You got me.
I guess that only leaves the arena.
You haven't
Or
gone
no,
to
we have the-
you haven't gone to
the
the
shady
the back
place.
of the market yet.
Oh.
Oh, that was my button. Okay. Sorry,
Hmm.
continue.
Well, I guess we have two options. Although, Hazard, didn't they put together an offer or something like that? You said the people from the bank.
Oh yeah, yeah. You were invited. You were invited to their to watch from their VIP box tonight when the tournament happens.
Yeah, we get to do that.
And apparently, you might know the person that has the box. He's a friend of that one person from the circus.
The Venn guy, the Venn diagram guy.
Yes.
Oh yes, Van, the guy with the knives.
Apparently, he's a friend.
And the last of his friends that you met.
Interesting. Maybe if we have some time, we should swing by and say hello.
Even with Van not here, we're finishing his personal quest, Van's loyalty quest, taken care of.
We all get a permanent perk.
Yeah. So
No, I was thinking we get like a legendary dagger. It's like, does anyone use these? No. All right.
well,
Throw
I
it in
mean,
the trash.
hey, Val is already carrying the dagger that was meant for Van.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, so the tournament is the evening. So like you could wait for that if you want, or I mean, I would say it makes more sense to go check out the CD stuff now because we got to wait for the tournament, but it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I was thinking that's what we were gonna go do.
Okay. So in said marketplace, because Croker gave you the specific location, you know where to find it. There's no password or anything, but it looks like kind of an indiscriminate alley until you round a corner, and then you're like, oh, there are vendors back here. And I would like everybody can give me a perception check, but only like realistically only Val and Braun are gonna like get anything from this, but everybody can.
Is it vision?
Yeah, it would be vision.
Okay.
Hang Lancer. Do I have
Samurai.
everybody's? Oh, give me hazards, I think is what I'm missing.
I'm sorry, I was looking at a thing.
It's all good. Perception.
Which perception?
Nice. Okay. So hazard, as you walk in, your eye is immediately drawn by like, yo, that guy has merchandise sitting on top of a flying freaking carpet. And Val looks over and goes, and that dude and his carpet were totally back in that doubles tournament.
Oh!
So none of you met him or fought him because that was a Van and Fisk thing. But Val would recognize him as like, that dude was totally in the tournament too.
That is Prince Ali, obviously Ali Ababwa.
Yeah, his name was Ali Don.
His name is really Ali Don, but I made a very elaborate song and story about him.
And his floating carpet is there, and there are a couple magical items sitting on top of it.
He was in the doubles tournament a while back.
That's right.
Interesting.
I don't know if he did really well, but that name and the carpet, like, it required like a song to be written, and I did. It's not great, but I did it.
Oh,
I'm
great.
gonna
I
refresh
heard
my
you working
page
on
real
it.
quick.
It was fantastic.
Roll 20's doing a weird thing.
Prince Ali.
Roll
There's a
20
mysterious viola. I need to go.
Yeah, so
You're screaming.
Sorry.
I recognize the mysterious viola.
yeah, give me 1 second. I had to refresh roll 20. Everything's acting a little weird.
The problem is that I don't have 5,000 gold.
Yeah, no one does.
I have 80.
Sorry, give me 1 second here. Roll 20 was, I don't know what, suddenly roll 20 just decided to barf. All right, there we go.
Guys, do you think if we buy the servant's lamp, we're gonna have a genie, and then I can find these characters' husband too?
So Val, if you go over and look at the merch, yeah, the viola sitting there looks awfully familiar.
Ah!
And can we take? We'll call that like a commercial break because I super gotta pee. Can we take 5 and be right back?
No, we power
good.
through.
All right, be right
Everybody
back.
else get up to go to pee.
Okay.
All right, bringing us back in. Sid, show off them gooses.
Oh,
Look,
Oh, there's a second
this
one?
was- yeah, was this small little baby one, and they're like, "Oh God, we're gonna steal like your hair clips and shit."
Did you make
This is
him
the one.
magnetic?
Yeah,
Oh
this is the one
no.
that can hold keys and shit.
oh my
That's so I love
goodness.
it.
Yeah.
That's so
This
freaking
is the
cool.
one I gave the knife to.
What do you have? A knife.
No!
That's
Oh,
one of the
Like
best
he
finds.
he made these, and he doesn't tell me when he's making this stuff. It just happens, and then I just had a goose, and I was like, yes,
Wow,
I am tickled.
they're awesome. Well,
He
hey,
never tells me when he makes it. It just happens, and now I have a
Yeah.
goose.
Like I was like, man, death whistles are cool, and he's like, here's a Cthulhu death whistle, and I was like, dope. And then I was like, goose game, and he was like, here's a goose. with
that's
a pencil.
awesome. That's awesome.
What's that
High
Wookiee
five for me.
noise?
Um,
What's that Wookiee noise?
You're welcome.
I think
Not that one.
the dogs heard it too. Okay, well, hey, speaking of cool merchandise, yeah, you just went over to Ali Don's stall. He's got these like mysterious magic items sitting on his flying carpet. And and yeah, Sid Val would immediately notice, hey, that's totally the viola that like got restolen that I'm supposed to reacquire for the circle people. Not the circle
need
people, the
to-
circ, which I realize in hindsight I named two groups circle. That's on me. But
it's
one-
okay. I
one
just know them
circle,
as
one
goose.
circ. One's the circle of 13. One's the Cirque d'Ombre. So technically different. Anyways,
That's mine. Hey guys,
Sure, they loop each other in.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm all like, hey, maybe distract this guy while I take something, like on the scale of 1 to 10, the likelihood of that happening would be like a 0, right?
Of what exactly?
What?
That is so. I can't tell you really anything about it, but I need to reacquire that viola.
oh yeah, I forgot you haven't told any of them about that. That's all still Val's secret.
Lancer's blatantly gonna look at it and be like,
That is 5,000 gold, Valison.
It is a stolen viola.
oh.
It belonged to like this lady. I
I'm
forgot
sorry.
her name.
This is technically a retcon. When you were in the office, you would have learned that the prize for the tournament is 5,000 gold.
oh.
Oh, how convenient!
Sorry, I'm sorry. You would have learned that.
Hey, would we be able to reserve that?
Well, so wait, hold on. The thing though,
hold
the
on.
thing, like, okay, the thing, it was stolen from this musician. Like we went and saw them in Tisenia. If you guys recall, it was that music group. Anyway,
Right.
the viola was stolen from one of them, and I reacquired it and gave it to this mysterious organization that like left a mask on my window, and then they told me. Like a little while later, when the mysterious meeting in the middle of the woods where we were all wearing masks, they told me that it was stolen again. So I need.
Well, you hold on. I have several questions.
Where were we during these mysterious meetings?
Sleeping?
What?
I don't sleep, I wait. How did I miss it?
Val, you know
was
people
in
try to
the
kill
room.
us, right? On a regular basis?
Well, yeah. And I was really, really worried, but they were like, hey, leave this mask in the window. And I was like, okay. So I did, and then somebody like appeared and talked to me.
Did your parents not teach you the concept of stranger danger?
And that's when we fought Spitter for the first time.
No, actually.
No?
I don't think
Are
so.
you sure?
It
Yeah,
would have
because I
been you first encountered them in Sentra, the Tabaxi city.
Right, I first
Oh,
encountered
okay.
them in Center Tree, the Tabaxi city. But
Yeah.
like again, they left it. They were like, hey, maybe try to find this viola, and I was like, will do. And then they were like, hey, here's this mask that we put in your window. Maybe put it back here if you want to talk to us. So I did, and then we like had a meeting out in the woods, and we were all wearing masks.
I wear a mask, I didn't get an invitation.
I might be a part of a cult that worships music. So that's
It
really
always
cool.
comes back to cults.
There are words
There
called.
it is. And my waffles just popped, so I will be right back.
You hear Blood and Dustberry go, come again?
Could we
Who's popping waffles back there?
Could we
Anyways.
reserve that viola? We're gathering funds. I'm sure the bank will allow us to purchase it. We just have to make sure they have to transfer funds and reach out to people.
Alidon turns to you guys and he's like, I'm sorry, you want to put to... Whoa! And he turns and recognizes Braun, or looks at Braun with it. You're the one that won the tournament in Paultooth, were you not? I was in the doubles myself with my carpets. The carpet gives like a little thumbs up somehow.
I'm like
We
side scooting over to that fucking viola.
We did not win, of course. We did not get as far as you did, Mr. Hamstrung. Val, as you get closer, you see the rug. It kind of like it inches from you a little bit. It's moving away from you a little bit as you try to get closer.
I follow it.
Anyway, to answer your question, I don't. He looks back at the carpet wriggling around. I understand you're interested in my merchandise, clearly, but you must understand, deposits are not really how I do my special business, especially for a high-value item such as that.
So if we can't maybe give first refusal, like if we say that, in a few days we will pay 5,100 gold. If someone comes in to purchase it, you say, well, I need to let these other people know that someone needs to buy it.
You wish to give me an additional 100 gold for the price of the viola.
If you keep it on hold for us.
Roll
Wait,
me
so now we're
a...
spending 5,100 gold for a viola?
Roll me...
Am I the only
Wait,
one who thinks this is crazy?
If you would like to... The party can go with it or not, but go ahead persuasion with advantage for that, because that's...
Ooh.
I mean, you pretty much got him, but...
May I
Lance is
ask
gonna.
for you a tame the viola?
Well,
Pardon.
I suppose if you could put a considerable deposit down on it now, there would be no reason to deny you my great merchandise, especially with
Deposit
with-
80 gold.
a great name such as Braun Hamstrung by your side.
Let me
Wait,
know.
no, I'm not consenting this. Why are we spending so much gold on a musical instrument?
Like I said, the banks are we kept our coin in banks to lighten our load, and we are waiting for them to transfer funds, and they just need to, cross check the credit.
Val, why don't you buy that instead? Why don't you buy the pot of grease?
Because I only
That
have
looks
80
good.
gold.
Oh,
Also,
well,
that wasn't stolen from the peoples.
If it's stolen property, why don't we just claim it back?
Because I don't have proof. I don't have anything saying that, like, hey, this belonged to this person. All I have is, like, I know that it ended up here. And it
I'm
was
sorry,
supposed to be over there.
stolen. That is not the story I was given upon making this purchase.
Who gave it to you, if you don't mind my asking?
I do mind your asking. You understand,
I'm
my sources
asking.
must be confidential.
Lancer's gonna flash his badge at him and be like,
Well, it
Uh,
seems like whoever gave it to you may have
you
gave
want
you
to?
stolen property.
Are you trying to go for an intimidate or a persuasion, Artem?
I'll
I'll double with this
intimidate. He's gonna
actually.
intimidate.
Intimidate?
He's
Okay.
literally like over him. He has his badge pointed out in front of him.
Braun's gonna like move right next to him and also produce his badge.
Okay, sure.
Like, who do you wanna answer?
Intimidation at advantage. Whoever wants to roll it.
I'll
Maybe you
roll it.
want to answer the centaur's questions.
Nice.
25. Very nice.
It's my one of two expertise.
He goes, okay, let's everybody calm down. Everybody calm down, okay?
I can't believe I wrote a song about you.
You wrote a song about me.
I did, and now I'm gonna not write it anymore because
I don't
you're
even-
paying me.
I don't even
It
know
was
her, and
really
she wrote
good.
a song about me. That's amazing. Thanks. Anyways, okay. So
Very
there
well.
was, I was traveling. You see, after the tournament in Paultooth, which you all saw me at. Well, some of you saw me at. I happened to find myself up in Seatui, and there was an elf there. He said he needed the coin to take care of his son. There was a musician, a masked musician, always playing there in the city. As to my understanding, earning quite the paycheck for his work. Something was, almost magically enticing about this viola. Uh,
What
Mhm.
and
did they
then
say his name was?
and I'm sorry, the elf or the bard or whom?
The masked
Everyone.
one.
Yes.
Okay, I'll take those one at a time. But this elf, he passed by a couple times, you see, and according to him, at one point saw this bard, how to put it, murdered in the alleyway. The murderer, upon seeing this elf, fled the scene, and the elf acquired the viola for himself. Then I made the purchase and brought it back here. So, of course, you understand the steep price, given its scarred history.
So you knowingly bought an instrument that somebody took off of a dead body.
People pay a high price for a story like that, you understand.
Who was the elf who came across the body who was trying to help his son?
You understand, I'm giving up a lot here. Giving up the name of one of my sources is a little...
Well, at this point, your source may also be a murderer, so you would be an accessory to the murder if you
And see-
didn't tell us.
And Seatwee is my town.
Is it now? Give me that was supposed to sound more scared than it came out. You can give me another intimidation at advantage.
Okay.
Come on, natural 20.
For whoever's gonna do it.
Wow, those were exceptionally low rolls too.
With a plus 10? Damn.
Yeah.
I
If
mean,
I-
I'll-
You understand, if I give you the name, this cannot come back to me. I am trusted for the business I do.
Yes.
Well,
I'm also
that all
smart,
depends on
and
if you're being truthful.
well, I can see I'm clearly being threatened to be truthful, so it does me no good to lie, right?
Let's break his knees.
His
Well,
I'll
he
hold
like
down.
he like his
No,
hands
Lancer's
shoot down
just-
to his knees. Just no,
No,
please.
no, hold on. We've all been victim to
So
charlatans before, so
Tony, this might be like I've always wanted to do Lancer's magic as sort of like a it's not really magic reflavored. He's just so like good at his job, so
Sure.
the things,
Yeah.
So like
It's like personality based, as charisma
Could-
rolls are.
I haven't used it yet. Could I use Zone of Truth in this case and be like,
you are gonna give me the exact truth.
I mean, you have Zone of Truth. If you want to cast it, nothing stops you from casting it.
yeah, but I mean like get him to be a willing participant of it, essentially.
Oh, I see. I'm gonna leave that up to you.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Like he's like saying it like he's giving an option to give the truth.
Hmm.
And so like I guess, you know.
Oh, why did that paste like that? Why is the
I
column so
don't
narrow?
know.
Okay, so you are casting it?
I'm gonna cast it either way. I'm giving him the option to do it willingly, essentially.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because he can choose to just submit to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, he'll do it. He'll do it. He consents. Basically, yeah.
Cool.
And just okay, well I can see I'm on tilt here. Anyway, his name, he was an elf. His name was Kiri, and everything I've told you is what he told to me.
family name.
I don't know.
Kiri.
Where did you meet him again?
Seatwee. He lives just outside of the city in the area that's still forested.
Am I familiar with that name?
Roll me history.
Can I get advantage since I'm
It's your
from that
hometown.
town?
Sure.
Yeah. All right, tight.
Ooh.
I appreciate that.
And you guys have to check out the new Vigilante in C2 anyway, right?
There is that. Yeah.
So 12. You don't know the name, but you do know Hazard yourself. You know we haven't talked too much about the city yet, but essentially Seatwee, it was like a wood elf settlement, like in the woods, that kind of slowly got overtaken by a growing city. So those that still live in the forested area are generally, not the most well-off people. So it would make it's sort of justified in a way that like one of them would see an advantage to to help themselves out and take, they would take this opportunity. Like, there's nothing malicious. It's like, oh, this is a chance to actually get some gold and help myself out, So
Right.
you don't know the name specifically, but it checks out as like, that's something somebody in my hometown would do. And it wouldn't be necessarily looked down upon. It's like, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Some choose the land, some choose the woods, some choose the city. It's fine. It's okay. It happens.
How much did you pay for this viola?
I paid quite a lot.
A number.
Well, you must understand making a profit is important in my business, yes.
Yes, but you would be profiting off of evidence in this circumstance.
I'm not even looking for that much of a profit. Just a simple markup. I paid 2,500 gold, and I'm just looking to.
From somebody who could have murdered a person to give you this.
You understand? I make my purchases knowing what I can then sell the object for. Usually, I appraise things, and that's how I do my business. In fact, I still have, and he'll like motion. Or he'll actually pull out that stone with the 2 X's in it. I still have things I need to appraise today, in fact. And he'll put that back in his pocket.
Oh,
See, Croker's been through here.
I say we murder Prince Ali, obviously, via Babwa.
No, we are not murdering anyone.
No. But
This guy's just doing his job. We need to respect that.
We need to kneecap him.
while I respect your
Charlie,
need to make a
fireball.
profit,
Fireball?
your other option.
oh god.
While I respect your need to make a profit, your other option is we take the evidence.
Please understand, you see the amount of items I am selling and where my stall is located. I am not some, I'm not Blood or Dustberry. I don't have the income they have. This is how I get by. This gold is important to me. If I hope to make it into the main bazaar someday to sell things legitimately like Sirloin does with his spices, this is how I get there.
Which is why I'm asking how much you spent to receive this.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Which is why I'm asking how much you spent to get this.
Yes, to 2,500, and I wish to sell it for to make the profit back.
He sort of looks.
Perhaps
at him
he kind of looks at Hazard, perhaps with a little more, as this one said.
I don't want to steal the man. I understand the hustle, I get the hustle.
Thank
Give
you.
us a day. Give us a day, but don't sell it to anyone else without first refusal.
If you sell it, I may have to arrest you. And then you won't have a stall at all.
He looks.
Lancer's giving me vibes that my stepdad does whenever I'm either in trouble or need help. He's just I'll take care of this. Sit down.
He looks at Lancer, looks at Hazard. He's just like, I must admit, I'm at a bit of an impasse here.
What does the servant's lamp do?
He turns.
Wow.
He turns to Val. Just, thank you. A simpler question. And still being in the zone of truth. Not that he would lie about his maybe lie about his merchandise. It casts unseen.
It's very rare, uncommon. It's common.
It can cast unseen servant. 1d4 charges a day.
Oh, I was hoping that there was going to be a genie in there.
Genies don't exist. Come on.
Oh, that's what you say, Prince Ali, but I already wrote the song and you have one. Anyway. Gentlemen, I don't want to take this man of whatever money he is due. That doesn't feel right. But
You should
it
know
also, yeah.
that this once belonged to a cult, which we will have a longer conversation about, young lady. Don't you worry that you need to be careful where you acquire your items, because very angry people could come looking for them. We will do you this favor. when we
You're
have enough
lucky
gold.
it is me that found it.
Other people would not be so nice.
I'm super nice.
I think the next time we are here, we will have more gold. We will take it off your hands. You will give us a generous discount for taking this dangerous item off your inventory, and you will thank us.
For not arresting you.
Roll me
team
another intimidate with I'm assuming this is still intimidate with advantage.
The team
Yeah.
dads are like here today.
You wanna take this one, Artem?
Sure.
You have a lot
I feel
better
like Lancer
information.
like goes over his shoulders like, and not arrest you at the very end there.
Yeah.
I was like, obviously the character doesn't know this, but in my head, Tony's like, well, Lancer is gonna be gone after tonight, so if Ollie just knew that, he would just hold out.
Yeah, but Ollie don't know that.
Yeah,
and
of course.
He's seen 2 badges at this point.
Yeah.
29.
Ooh.
Wow.
Also,
I-
Lancer would just like come back and be like, "Heard you talking shit."
Yeah. yeah. He goes,
Dang.
yes, I should be thanking you. You're absolutely right. Okay. The masked one over here said he would give 5,100. That's an additional 100 on top of what I was asking. So why don't we just add 100 onto what I paid for it and say 2,600 and leave it at that? Is that fair to everybody?
Yeah.
I think, and like Braun's gonna like give a look to Lancer, like, "Nice, all right," but then look back like, "I think that will suffice."
Okay, thank you. I feel like there is you know how a sandstorm can come on suddenly in the middle of the desert?
Yeah.
I feel that in my bladder as a result of all this. I would love to speak to you all at another time.
Is his clothing still white or is it?
Unless you're standing
Did the
behind.
sandstorm
Brown
hit
pants.
his pants?
Is anybody? Well, Val chasing the rug around might be the only one who's behind him. So Val, if you want to do a quick perception check.
Yes.
Do I smell asparagus?
That's the lowest I've rolled tonight. Is that 13?
Val,
I'm
you-
so
you
proud
don't-
of you, by the way.
you don't
Thank you.
necessarily see any staining happening, but you can see kind of like even under like his like somewhat of a flowing robe, his butt is just kind of quaking a little bit under the robe.
It's clenched.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. All right, so don't sell this thing, and we will get to you tomorrow after the banks get back to us.
I assure you, I will not be selling this to anyone else.
I will
Good.
be contacting you this evening to verify.
She will.
Okay.
Ad nauseum.
Okay.
As everybody else walks away, Lancer's just gonna lean in real menacingly.
Have a nice day.
Is Val still behind him?
Yeah.
He goes, "You too," and then Val, you start to see a little bit of the staining.
Oh no!
Oh.
I retreat. I retreat.
And if anybody looks back as they're leaving the alley, you see the rug, like, even though it doesn't have appendages, somehow doing like a reassuring, like on Ollie's shoulders. He's like going for the nearest, like, corner pot or whatever.
You guys, that was really, really like, that was good.
I know, we
That's
were all like so
impressive.
intimidating. It was rad.
The
Good job,
second-
team. Good job,
The
team.
second we
Fist it.
get out of the tent,
Mm.
Braun's gonna be like, "Secret society cult," what? And like for like 10 minutes, just like ring out Valison like in the marketplace, just like, "What were you thinking? People are trying to murder us."
They seem really nice.
What, behind their creepy masks? Did they seem nice while they appeared in your window? What's wrong with you?
Let's be fair. Let's be fair. That's a secret society that you don't belong to. You're a part of a town guard that she doesn't belong to. It's just different groups doing different things.
They're very, very
you could-
different. That's
Yeah,
not.
they're extremely different.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, he's just gonna chew her out for like a good 15 minutes.
Okay. So the last kind of bit we have to get through tonight is heading to the fighting pits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
So it's starting.
Wanna punch a dude.
Evening is starting to come upon the city, and you head over to the fighting pits. As you get there, Garen and little Eve and Mujir are there. I probably just Probably just drag them onto the actual thing here. So this would be an opportunity for Val and Braun to talk to him since they missed out on that initially. So Garen will walk over or float over rather. Just good to see you all again. And you must be the ones that know my old colleague Van. Yes, Vander Warren.
Upon arrival,
Yes.
after being so like scolded, just really subdued Val, just like standing behind him, like head down.
Oh,
Just
Yes, we traveled with Van for some time.
I see. I have not seen him in some time myself. I should like to see him and all the rest of them. You know, being in such a high position at a bank, it's certainly a rewarding career choice, but can grow tiresome after a time.
We haven't seen him since we went back to Octon. Valison, I'm sure you didn't do anything reckless with him the last time you saw him, correct?
no.
Roll a
Well, don't forget the entire
He clearly
circus.
said it as like he clearly said it as like a joke, but when she says that, it's just kind of like one of those.
His head turns all the way around somehow.
Well,
Yeah.
don't forget the whole circus used to travel around and like get into trouble. That was like their thing. So Garen's this is actually that probably has the opposite effect where Garen's like, "Oh, did you now? I'll have to hear all about that. That sounds like quite some fun."
We broke into a house and stole a dagger.
Of course, I can't. I cannot approve of that in my current, job listing. You understand,
official state.
but the former me would be quite proud of a good heist like that.
Thank you.
Yes. Is
Shrinking.
is Charlie just playing with Eve some more now that the little tiger's around again?
Yeah.
Yeah. She really has taken quite a liking to all of you, hasn't she? Hmm. Well
is
then,
he gonna be fighting tonight?
she is. In fact, if you want to head inside, it's about time for things to begin.
We don't have a Pokemon.
No, that's
like
fine.
some-
Just you can watch from my box and cheer.
Is there like
What
a
is-
tubed meat or a fried carbohydrate?
There are
Yeah, okay.
absolutely refreshments
Oh.
inside. Allison,
Oh,
I'm
like a
sorry.
large
What is
plate.
a Pokemon? I'm not familiar.
It is a Pokemon, and you got to catch them all, because it's you and me, and you know it's our destiny, Pokemon.
I see. Must be one
Oh,
of
they're
those.
my best friend.
Must be one of those bard songs. Okay, so
Miss
he heads
Val-
inside.
Miss Val, somebody threw a red and white ball at me, and I'm kind of confused as to why.
They threw it at you?
Yeah.
The first
Oh,
thing.
You show me.
You did. You were drunk.
So when everybody walks in, the first thing you hear when the group walks in is you hear, "Well, if it isn't Braun Hamstrung, champion of Pawtooth."
No,
And,
it is.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember this guy, but this is Kong the Commissioner who ran the other tournament. And he'll
Oh,
immediately
I remember this.
just walk up, "Braun Hamstrung, champion of Pawtooth. Pleasure to see you again."
Oh, can we do the Predator handshake?
You absolutely can.
It's like,
You son of
it's
a
like,
bitch.
you son of a bitch.
I'd hoped I'd see you again at one of these. You know, I travel all around hosting these tournaments for people all around Sentra. It's quite an enjoyable business. Haven't been in what is this place called? Scorchstone for some time. Been pretty good. There aren't
Seems
too
you've been on
many
the boat for quite a while.
there aren't many freelance tournament commissioners nowadays. I'm happy to get most of the business.
Yeah, it's certainly not bad to get some gold every now and then. Though
course.
it seems that this particular tournament is animal companion based. Is that a normal event here?
Around these parts, yes. You understand historically it was much rougher. They would ask the enslaved dragonborn to fight one another. Nowadays it's much tamer. It's animals who wish to fight. The animals who seem to quite enjoy the fight, and if they don't seem to be enjoying it, well then they are not allowed to participate.
That's smart. That would make for a good 20-something year franchise to dodge around weird ethical problems.
Indeed. Would you all like to have a look at the lineup? And he points to like a big, like, you know, sketched out like bracket.
Sure, let's see what we've got here.
You guys take a look at the bracket.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah, there was.
Wow, Eevee's gonna get destroyed.
I saw a Facebook post that someone did this. They had drawn Pokemon and then like drawn like
That's cool.
human versions. I was like, I don't know what this is for, but I want this.
Yeah.
I immediately downloaded them all.
Oh, there's
I
another
expected-
side. Oh, okay.
I expected to see Michael Vick on here.
Oh no.
I'm afraid I don't know who that is.
No,
So
no,
Michaelius-
that's Mick
Michaeli-
Michaels.
Michaelius Vicness.
So yeah, so like I said, the way like the tournament works here in this city is they just do one round per night, so it's gonna be a 3-night event. Because we're not doing this
Can we
whole thing
talk
tonight.
about how Lotal looks like one of the fucking Dream Knights? Can we talk about that?
He's a tiefling.
He
We've-
looks like a Dream Knight.
We've got
and I
it
think
from
we need
to go
accept
down the list here.
Yeah.
We got Tay up here is a human who just wears a mask. Garen, you know, is a tiefling. Loetal here is also a tiefling. Blaze, I believe I wrote her down as an elf. Up here we got Roar, who's a Goliath. Swoon here is an Asimar. Bulba here is a Furbolg. You don't see too many of those around here. And then we've got another human down here, Nito.
King.
And yes, their names are probably very obvious.
I want to play Pokemon Go again, damn it.
And so like before when we did one of these, in any way that you as a party wish to influence the fight that is happening, you certainly can. Obviously the bards have things they can do, but there are other ways you wish to do that can happen.
Well, I feel like we need to vote for Garen and the Moon Tiger.
But we also
I'm
need
happy-
to somehow win to get that money.
It's true.
Have you looked at these other competitors? That one's just like a dragon dinosaur thing.
Well, right. But, I feel like, he is our friend, right? Or we know him a little bit. He's
would you
by
guys-
proxy our friend.
Since you guys are
Easy.
observing this whole thing, if anybody can do this, if you want to roll a nature check, just to
Yes.
like to see what you can glean about all of these various animals, you can totally do that.
I can cast haste.
I mean, I've got an idea.
There it is.
I could enter with Charlie here as my pet, and
They already got
They-
8 slots filled. I don't think there's any room for us.
Braun,
Hazard, given the problematic history of this place and enslaving Dragonborn to do that exact thing, maybe we don't do that here.
it would
Yeah,
be
that's
fucked
cool.
up.
That's
And then
not
we
a good
could,
idea.
and then we could pinpoint the racists. And
Yeah, let's not.
So Braun,
let's not.
Braun, looking at like these listings here, some may look more intimidating than others, but in terms of like I mean, not that anybody in this world would use the term CR, but in terms of how ferocious these animals are, they're actually all about the same in terms of strength and ferocity.
Interesting.
They're all CR1 animals.
Oh, I think Lancer would at this point mention the like special properties of the Moon Tiger and the fact that it can change.
Yeah. When it reaches maturity.
Yeah. Which, as we know from Pokemon, can happen at any time, including in the middle of a battle.
It's true.
As long as it meets the plot needs, then yes.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's not
Listen, do
get
we
too
have any-
meta here, right? I already chose
Everyone, check your
Eevee. It's
bags.
already pretty meta as far as what's gonna go on here.
Do you have any colored stones in your bags? Just everyone hurl it at it, see if it changes shape.
Hold on, I got this crystal with the feather in it.
Okay, so let's do this thing. You guys head inside. It's time for the first round. It's time for the I guess they're technically quarterfinals because it's just quarter semifinals in those 3 rounds. But everybody heads inside. You guys all see totally fine, right? Yeah, there's no weird lighting things on this.
No.
Okay, cool. Okay, so like I said before, anybody can, you all can influence this fight in any way you want. It'll be on Eve's turn when you can do that. So like I said, whether that's what the bards want to do, whatever, that's going to be the only one that's an actual fight. All the others are just going to be like some quick rolls because we don't need to spend time on that. Yes, Sid.
And we can only do like buffs, right? We can't just outright cast some like Henri ass spells.
It would be, you would definitely get thrown out if you did something like that.
Yeah.
I want to wait for, I wanted to wait for Andrew to come back, but just for sake of time, if everybody would like to roll a perception check, just as, I mean, it's up to you whether or not you think you would do this, but if you're like seeing who's in the audience here, you know, give me that perception check.
Considering like a lot of people that I've met in the like previous tournaments are showing up all over the place.
Yeah. Okay. Those are all pretty good rolls. So the first thing, so I'm gonna say, Charlie and, so Charlie's gonna first notice off to the side. Some merchants from earlier sitting in the audience.
Oh no.
And Val and Braun, you would notice that Blood and Dustberry here seem to be like very comfortable with each other in their seats.
See, I told you, it's some freaky thing they're doing right now.
I still want to send like Lancer through there just to see what happens though.
Not gonna
Are you
happen.
trying to hurt my feelings? I'm not sure what you're trying to win here.
I just think it'd be really funny.
And then
I don't care.
Why don't?
And then, like,
Are those friends of yours? Why don't you go over there?
I can't.
I want
You
I
go
want
over
Braun to
there
like
to
kind of.
say hi. They look very friendly. They
They
seem
are
like very
very
friendly,
friendly.
loving people.
I cannot. I would combust.
and then Val, Braun, and Lancer, you'll notice this too, although you might not really have a reason to point this out. But you'll notice on the left side here, oops, I'm on the wrong layer. You'll notice some clerics from the temple and some other faces sitting with them.
Oh, there's that heathen.
Yep, you will notice the guy. You will notice Caster. Braun and, well, actually, Braun and Val both would probably recognize Vex from the other tournament.
Enjoy.
And then this person up here you don't recognize, but context clues, you know the head of the Paladins is named Joy, and it's probably her.
She looks like a joy.
Mm-hmm. She is one of 4 characters in this campaign, all named after the same character from a game. More on that when we get to other stuff. But also did not realize until just now. Funny, Andrew, her name is Joy. This whole thing is Pokemon. Did not do that on purpose, but works out.
Is she a nurse?
She might be. That's what Andrew said.
She's a cleric.
Okay, she's actually Paladin. Vex is the cleric.
Oh. Well, she still lays on hands.
That's true. Hey, speaking of laying on hands is going on over here with Dustberry and Blood, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my.
Okay, so Colin goes out. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not make this take forever because it's already a late night. So let's get to our first round here. We have Mr. Garen Trust and his Moon Tiger
Woo!
up
That's
against
right. Yes, we're here for that one.
Tay and his lion.
Oh, that moon tiger's gonna die.
I feel like Lancer is absolutely like a sports dad. And
He's got a bunch of kids. He definitely is.
yeah, he's 100% a sports dad, but like given his nature, he's like overly aggressive sports dad. So in all of the cheering, there's just one in the back like,
Yeah, fucking kill it!
like the cheering dies down and you hear that one thing still rise above as it gets quieter.
Mr. Lancer,
football dad.
would you like me to get you an ale or something?
Yeah!
I'll go find an ale.
you don't know where, but he has Moon Tiger painted on his, bare chest. How he did it, where he got it.
If any, I can do it just for sake of time. But if any of you would like to roll for Eve, that's the sheet right there. It's just the tiger. If somebody would like to do that, you can.
I've been rolling really well, and I feel like that's gonna all come to a screeching halt the second I try to win us money.
Okay. Does someone want to, or you guys just like me to do it just for expediency?
I'll do it if no one else cares, but I do want to cast something on the tiger to help it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can do that on
same.
its. You can do that while we get into the fight here. On its turn. Ryan, let me give you control. Okay, you should now have control of Eve.
Okay.
And let's roll for initiative between these two animals.
Let's get ready to rumble.
I'm not gonna do a turn order because it's just the two of them. It got a 4, so
Okay. What is my
it's just
initiative?
Dex mod. So +2.
So it's only things that buff the tiger, right?
I mean, you could technically debuff the lion too, but anything that is a buff and not like, you know, throwing something down onto the field, you'll probably be fine. If you try to get that involved, you'll get kicked out.
Right.
Is
So
now
I
the
mean,
time-
like,
is now the-
I can't fairy fire the other thing.
Yeah, that
right?
would be anything that's gonna be visually represented is too much.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sid, I hope this is what I think it is.
I was gonna do just the theme, but I figured that would be like claimed or something.
No, this
so
is
we got
perfect.
something
Yeah,
else.
yeah. This is perfect. Let me let's get it going.
Nice. Oh my god, that gym battle music from the latest game is
Yep.
something else.
I know, right? All right. Well, yeah. So
Excuse me.
bless you.
Bless you.
So any buffs you guys want to do? Now's the time. And then Ryan, Eve is up first.
I want
I know
to bardic inspiration it
Okay.
just by shrieking the Pokemon theme song at it.
Okay.
Obviously, but
I was gonna also say that, but stacking that doesn't seem
Well,
worthwhile.
you can stack Sid's to hit and yours for damage.
That's right, because mine is combat. That's right. Okay. Yep. So his fucking
I-
kill it is a little bit more real.
That's gonna be a red one.
I cast haste on it, so it can do quick attack.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Braun is going to raise his Gauntlet of Redemption, and he is going to use a feature from the Order, Oath of Order,
Oh,
the
nice.
Emboldening Bond, which is kind of like a little mini guidance that he can use a D4 once per turn on any attack, skill check, or saving.
This thing is stacked.
Yeah. And you said it has haste now?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay, where's the lightning one? I don't see it.
If Eevee still goes down after all this,
Yeah. And you see
like
all this feeding,
and you guys can see. I mean, you're obviously behind it, but okay. So I guess you'd see like Garen turns before the fight starts. He like gives like Eve some scritches, and you see its cute little face like in an instant turn from like ha 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 death face, like it's ready to fight.
Oh no. Oh no, you gave it the thing that happens in Let's Go Eevee, didn't you?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
You haven't seen it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh. Eevee is the only Pokemon that has a 5th move in that game, and it's absurd.
Okay, cool.
Huh.
Well, Eve's pretty stacked now,
because
so
just because it has so much crazy movement speed and doesn't need to go that far, it's just gonna like make this really fast, rapid run towards it.
just because it can
Fucking
use up all
perfect
its
move.
distance.
Yeah, you know, like
Yeah.
in the anime, it would like run back and forth
Yeah.
really fast. Doesn't matter, but
And Kong suddenly sounds like the Pokemon Stadium announcer for some reason. Just, I've never seen it move like that.
all right. So let's see. It gets. Oh, if the tiger moves at least 20 feet straight forward a creature and hits it with its claw attack on the same turn, so it's actually just going to leap into the air and like come down like a meteor.
So,
gonna do
Ryan, what you're explaining is this.
Bounce.
is it
No,
the
it's-
observed jumping thing?
Yeah, it's literally a move that exists in Let's Go Eevee. It's called VV Volley, and it's absurd.
Hold on,
That's so cute though.
I'm gonna check this one. Well, I'm gonna show this one to the stream while you're figuring out your move there.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looks at you. Oh my god, there's a nuclear explosion at the end.
Let's see. Let's show this
Someone
to the
added that,
stream.
correct.
Let's
Someone
see what
added
this
that.
looks like. All right, Mr.
You know,
Mime.
someone
Not
added that,
okay.
but it's pretty accurate.
Let's see what we got. V, sure hit move. VV volley. Hey, that's VVV, guys.
No.
Whoa, dude, it blows up us like a city.
What?
To catch them
Good
with my
lord.
hands.
Dude,
Oh,
that's
it destroyed the whole city.
I will
That's
travel
amazing.
So it just
searching far and wide.
All right, Ryan, hit it.
Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.
Yeah, the 20 is absolutely a hit.
Catch 'em all.
I needed to make a strength save.
Okay. You smack it, and it's like you see the lion's claws like dig into the dirt and like do that like half skid back. It manages to stay up, but it comes pretty close.
All right. It.
And you're hasted, so you can still swipe it again.
Oh right, I'll do that again then.
Pokemon. Oh,
Oh, it
let
was
me-
like right on a 9.
Yeah, let me check that. Not a hit,
can
unfortunately, but you get a
can
hit.
have
It will use-
inspiration.
It's gonna use its
Now it's a
bond.
hit.
Great. Can I get another strength save?
And then hits with a claw attack on the same turn. I just want to see if... Okay, I guess that technically affects both. Yeah, okay.
I'm not sure. Does it? Like, it did. So, or is it only the first time? I'm not entirely sure.
Well, it does say... Well, it says a claw attack. It doesn't say the first one or whatever, so I guess I'll allow it. So we're going to get... This thing's going to do another strength save. It failed its second one. So you hit it, it kind of digs in and manages to stay afloat, but then you hit it again and it topples over.
All right. If the target is prone, the tiger can make one bite attack against it as a bonus action.
Okay.
It's going to do that.
Yes. Jesus.
Yeah, definitely a hit.
I fucking love the Pokemon theme song.
All right, another
Jesus.
6 damage. Yeah, Kong's all, it's super effective. Like, there's no way it could not take that again. For sure, it could not take that again.
It is currently prone,
Correct.
and Eevee definitely has a bunch of movement left. So when it's prone, it has disadvantage on a melee attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Eevee's going to go ahead and just hip hop its way back here,
Wow, okay.
and it can get a swipe if it wants, but it's at disadvantage.
Right. Let me see. What's the to hit? Okay, so the claw. Oh, there we go. Claw +5. 14.
Ooh.
What does haste add? +2
Two.
AC? It just barely managed to like catch Eevee's tail as it runs off.
Correct.
So Eevee is gonna take 7 slashing to the tail.
Okay. Should it have 30 HP or 37 HP?
I gave it 30.
Okay, because the stat block says 37. So
Yeah, I kind of bounded all the Pokemon in the tournament because they're all slightly different. So I wanted to just bound them all. Okay, so it's got to move. It's got to use half to get up, and then actually it can still. I believe it can still get to you.
Oh, I could have moved back a little more.
It can still get to here. How far can Eevee get?
It's normally speed 40 and doubled with haste.
Okay. You did take that like crazy path just to show off, though.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. It is actually going to pounce toward Eevee now in the same way that it was pounced at.
Okay.
And a 15 will hit.
Okay.
So Eevee's going to have to also make a strength save because it has the same
I think
thing.
Eevee has a-
Actually,
he has a +2
I'm going
to
to
AC.
use the Bardic
Right,
die.
but a +2 makes its AC 14.
Okay.
I'm going to use the Battle Bardic die to raise its AC.
Oh, okay.
He
Well,
says
it's-
D10, Artem.
It's
It's a D6.
it's minimum 1, so you don't even need to roll it if you want. Yeah, so it takes a leap and you kind of like sidestep it, thanks to your haste, and it goes back to you. Oh, the lion missed its attack.
I'll take 2 attacks, I guess.
He's gonna get another combat bardic inspiration as well. in the middle
Oh,
of that.
there's that nat 1. There's a nat 1. And at last, I've been roasting in this thing for like 3.5 hours. Oh, yeah. Oh.
There it is.
I'm glad it's taken you this long to feel this.
For real. That shirt's fucking good.
I have
Can we
been,
all give it up? Can we all give it up to Sydney because
We're
she
doing so
has
great tonight.
rolled so fucking fire tonight.
I
am
I don't
thrilled.
think anyone has rolled a nat
Yeah.
1 until right then.
no, legit, I have been waiting to reveal the nat 1 shirt all night. But I've just been roasting.
What if it never happened?
Then I would have been sitting
Right?
roasting in a hoodie the whole time for no reason. Yeah. Ah, I feel like I can
Ow.
breathe. Okay, so we've got 6 plus 7 is a 13, so that's actually gonna make them both hits.
No, sorry. The first one's a natural 1. The second one's a 12.
Oh yeah, I
Meaning-
guess.
Oh, you rolled. Sorry, did you roll or what? What's that?
Well, no, I guess the nat 1 is just a miss, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you hit, yeah. So that's 1 hit then. Oh,
Yeah, so there's
that's
the
the
damage
damage. That's the damage. I'm sorry. I thought you were rolling. I thought you were adding inspiration to the 1. But okay, 7 damage. It's not looking too great. But it's
I just
go ahead.
I just treat ones as miss. Like
Yeah,
it's a miss.
yeah. No, we normally do. It just I'm so rusty. I just forgot. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So that's a miss. It's gonna swipe back, and a 19 is going to hit. So Eve is gonna take 4 damage,
Okay.
and then this thing's looking real rough. See if Eve can finish it off. Unless it misses twice, it's gonna. Okay. Describe. You want to describe how Eve takes down the lion?
I think just that V volley thing is better than anything. Like it starts to glow yellow, and it just like goes straight through it, and like comes up close to the camera as an explosion goes off
Yeah.
behind it, and it's like,
And Kong's just like, we've already destroyed the city once. Let's not do it again.
Do it again.
And I'm gonna leave the music going because we have our other rounds real quick.
Disrespect your surroundings.
But yeah, Garen and I wanted to copy it, not just drag it. So yeah, Garen and the Moon Tiger move on to the next round. So next up we got Lotal and the Hippogriff versus Blaze and the Imp. So the way we're gonna do this is I'm just gonna have just 2 flat 20s competing against each other. But if there's one that you guys want to root for, you could stack some. I would allow like the bards to tack on inspiration to something like that if they wanted to. So if there's between 2 of these that you would like I don't know if you want to like strategize, like we'd rather have what seems quote weaker move on, or like how you want to do it. But if you would like to do that, you can.
I mean, Hazard is just he's been writing down stuff. It seems like schematics and like planning. He's not even really watching any of this.
Okay.
What if
The-
we all
the
just
party-
voted and like for every vote it was a +1?
Yeah, and I'll see. Yeah, we could also just do it that way if you'd like. That way you feel like that everyone's a part of it. And as Hazard just noticed, or Hazard just said, the party would probably notice Hazard is taking some notes on something during this fight. So, yeah, okay. So how do you want to do this? Who's voting for what?
I'm gonna vote for the Blaze and the Imp.
Same.
Okay.
I abstain.
Okay.
I
Gonna,
will also vote for the Blaze the Imp. I'd rather fight an imp than anything else. Than Hippogriff.
yeah, I guess I was gonna vote for the hippogriff just to like be off balance, but you guys are right. I'll go with the same thing.
All right,
break
so
the mold.
that's
Break
4.
the mold. Make
So
that.
that's
make
that was
money.
a good roll for the hippogriff. So, but it's a +4 for the imp, yeah. 4 of you going for the imp. Did I count that correctly?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, unfortunately, it was not enough. The hippogriff. Well, it's on the
You're
hippogriff.
On the right side, Sid.
It's that it must be that flying advantage that the hippogriff has.
Boo!
All right, moving over to the other side. We got Roar and his brown bear versus Swoon and her death dog.
Brown bear, absolutely.
I
I
love
don't know what a
that vest.
death dog is, but I'm not okay with it.
Hey, if they're selling
You
those
know-
vests, I want 2. I want 2 of those vests.
Right? If that was an NPC in Fallout, I would murder that guy for his vest.
Right?
I'm gonna vote brown bear.
Okay. That's 3 for brown bear so far.
'Cause that death dog don't look right.
All right, that's 3 for
Death
brown bear
dog.
so far. 1 for death dog.
Yes.
Okay. Did anybody not vote? Yeah, someone did.
Brown bear.
Standing.
Abstaining?
busy.
Okay. It's the brown bear with 18. The death dog with 14. The brown bear. Roaring his brown bear defeats Swoon and her death dog. Must be that bipedal advantage. All right. Bulba and the giant toad versus Nito and the copper dragon wormling.
That is really tough.
I don't
Nito
want the
Burrito
giant
and the
toad.
Copper Wormling?
I gotta go, obviously.
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur, because Bulbasaur is number 1. Number 1
Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur.
Yeah, well, the Dragon Knight thing looks like a Final Fantasy character. It's pretty badass. But Bulbasaur
Yeah, he looks
is
like
the
he looks like
original,
Kane
the OG.
Highwind or Sid Highwind from Kane Highwind, whoever it is.
Just to
from
keep it
FF4.
interesting. I'll vote Dragon Wormling just to keep
Okay.
it interesting.
So
I
is
think
that...
I'm also voting Wormling.
Okay, so 2 and 2.
Yeah.
All right, here's the
don't-
toad.
I don't want the toad. I don't want the toad.
Toad with 17. The wormling with 20.
Ooh.
The wormling moves on,
was-
defeats. Oops,
I
that's
thought
not. Copied and pasted way more than I wanted
thought
there.
for sure that was landing on a 4 for a second.
Yeah, all right. So that's all for this evening of the tournament. Garen and his Moon Tiger are going to be facing Lotal and the Hippogriff tomorrow night. Roar and the Brown Bear are going to be facing Nito and the Copper Dragon Wormling tomorrow night. And that will decide the finals match. And that is
Ooh.
all for this evening of the tournament. We will not do this tonight, but just for my notes for next time, Hazard has been jotting down something, and we will get to that next time. For Braun and Val, just for my own notes for next time. Upon seeing people from the temple out here that you couldn't talk to earlier today, do you want to speak to them now that the evening's festivities are over?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
At
Alright.
least because we know of Vex at bare minimum,
Yeah.
and I mean Braun kind of has some fame in the the tournament circuit, so I feel like going and approaching and being like, "Oh hey, it's
Okay.
weird to see you here."
Cool. All right. So that's stuff that we will do next time. But for
If-
now, sorry, go ahead.
If we're allowed to pet, since we're friends with the person, if we're allowed to pet Evie there.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will-
Everybody will come back inside, and people are leaving the stadium now that tonight's battle's done.
Among my pets, I'll add some cure wounds and try to be super low key about it.
Oh,
I'm gonna burn a second level.
I mean the day's coming to a close. Burn what you want to burn.
All right, yeah, fuck it.
Okay. Yeah, you do that, and Eve. Note it for next time because we'll still be picking up this same evening, in the next episode. But yeah. So she'll
Right.
Eve will definitely really respond to that and get a real happy look on her face.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even need to insight it or anything, or Animal Handle it. She's real thrilled about that.
Pokemon tend to be very expressive. It
Mhm.
takes they gear that insight check for early teens and children.
Yeah.
So
On the flip side, Lancer's like,
You are a natural born killer.
Well, speaking of Lancer, now that the evening's festivities are over, I think Lancer has things to speak to the rest of the party about.
yeah. So, you know, as things are winding down and when they're going back to wherever they're staying for the night, Lancer's gonna pull everybody aside and say,
Hey, I've been thinking a little bit. I know I said I would stick with you guys, but the whole aspect of those 3 wizards is making me a little worried. I mean, we were only planning for an army of dream knights, but now, I mean,
Just
it
an
looks as
army.
if-
Now we're adding 3.
but if there are other people out there trying to get the dream knights here, maybe it's even more imperative that we have a force ready. Maybe I should be going back and making sure that meeting happens sooner rather than later.
It's true. We were planning on stopping the army at the gates by not letting them through. But if people keep going around and making more gates, that's obviously a problem for that.
And of note, the gate down there in the Centaur Lands is just like in the middle of like a clearing, exposed. Like there's no, you know, cave in or anything to be done.
Yeah, that's got to be taken care of quick. Yes, Val.
Are you actually leaving because I might be a part of a cult?
No, but you should not be a part of a cult. Yes.
Are you leaving because I stole that dagger from those people in that house?
Listen, I'm sure it's not.
Can I come with you?
She can't
Someone has
handle
to look
anyone
after
else
the children.
leaving.
Look,
You're going back
Val.
to her, aren't you?
It's not your fault.
Yes, Val.
Are you leaving because I stole drugs?
What?
I knew it!
Oh,
Where are the drugs?
so that's a no then.
You never sold any to me.
What?
I stole
What?
the drugs. I did not sell the drugs.
Val, you need something to help you remind you of things that you should not be doing.
he's gonna give her his badge.
Oh,
I
oh.
want you to look at it
so
and think about it whenever you're going to do something that you shouldn't be doing.
A badge with Lancer's station and name carved into it.
Thank you so much. I will not use it for bad, but I have another question.
Yes.
Are you leaving because I kept complaining about how you are the superior bard and now you feel bad because you don't have to leave because of that either?
No, I'm leaving because we need an army, like yesterday.
Okay, you know, I just want to make sure it's not anything that I did because everybody leaves eventually.
That hurts.
What am I?
You are common
right here.
denominator.
Like
am the
Ron
common-
somewhere in the background of like the 2 in the foreground. He's just like, what the fuck? Go back. I don't know.
To be fair,
Why
to be
am I
fair,
here?
Ron, to be
You just
fair,
said that you wanted to leave.
to be fair, you've been talking about wanting to leave the whole time I've been here. Is it me? It's me.
Yes, it is.
He's gonna pick up Val because he's strong, give her a hug,
Like, no, it's not. And we'll see each
Okay.
other again.
and put her down.
Okay, thank you. Totally disregard the fact that I mentioned any of the bad things that I have ever done. You are so great. I appreciate your family employing my family. Blessed travels and stuff.
Take care of them. They're children.
He says to Broad.
I try. And he like, you stole what? And drugs now. And he goes back right into it again.
I guess he should also give back the eyes of the eagle, since that was given to him from you guys.
Mhm.
So
There's
put
there's
that
something
back into
else.
The party.
Something else he was gonna hand over too.
Oh God, I forget now. Oh, right.
I think you guys might need this back. Yeah, he gives back that ring. Yeah,
Oh,
we
we're
didn't
not
get a
gonna
chance
use
to use it,
But
but I
This-
mean,
this happened off screen, but Lancer did have a conversation about how potentially the 4 of you might actually be able to use all 5 of these rings.
Yeah, Lancers just posits the really dumb thing, like,
I mean, have any of you ever thought, we've got multiple hands? Why don't you just I mean,
No,
You
I
know,
don't
So
that
think
what
makes
that's
you're
how it-
what you're saying is we need to give one to Croaker.
I
Got it.
don't do that at all.
So
That's
one of
not
us,
what I said.
so one of us could wear 2 rings and close the loop, where it's like you start it, everyone else reacts, and then you use your own reaction to close the loop.
That is
Yeah.
exactly how it will work.
Absolutely.
maybe.
I can do that.
Okay.
and gives you the ring.
I'll take the
Nice.
eyes of the eagle back.
And gives you that.
Charlie, I don't have anything else to give you, so I'm just giving you this axe.
No.
Bigger than him.
Oh God.
Be safe, everyone.
Be so
I have a
safe
train to
in
catch.
travels. Be prepared to murder the train in case it turns on you.
Okay.
Wait,
Just-
before you go, I have something to give you. You can probably appreciate this more than I would. He's going to reach into his bag and he's going to pull out the vial of the extra hot sauce. And like, here you go. I hear
You
it
look
goes on your food.
I put this on my
Or the-
eggs.
Or in the eyes of your enemies. Might also work.
Why would you waste it on that?
Good point.
Thank you all. It's been enlightening.
I
I know-
have 3 hits of Stardust. Oh
I-
my god.
I know it
Oh my
only.
God,
I
you
know it's
druggie.
only a minute of flying, but I really want Lancer to fly off into the sunset with his even if it's just to go to the train, with his magic wings, just and then land at the train station.
like, God, that would be an amazing shot.
Just this beautiful
We still
liftoff
see
and then
you.
immediate descent.
We still see you. You're right there.
I know.
You have like half an hour till the train comes in. Do you want me to like braid your tail?
No.
Okay, I'll leave you alone.
All right, so Lancer flies off into the sunset, and Artem flies off into the sunset of education. Oh.
Charlie goes invisible and secretly just
Wait,
leaves.
I need to find the right
What?
music for him leaving. Oh my god, what is it called? You know what it plays?
Are you thinking about the Bruce Banner?
You trying the
theming
Hulk
thing?
walk away into the ocean thing?
Yeah.
It's Jurassic Park. It's a massive park. What could possibly go wrong?
I'm a big
The
fan of the.
Hulk is
Have you seen the
holy
Jurassic
fucking
Park?
shit. It's a dinosaur. Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
Have you seen the?
fucking shit.
Have you seen the one on the harmonium? That's my favorite one, where it comes
This is
in.
my favorite.
It's just all out of
Jurassic
tune.
Park. This is my favorite Jurassic Park video of all time. It
Ooh.
might be my favorite video on the internet.
Is this one we can play on stream or no?
I don't care. Yeah, sure. John Williams, eat me.
All right, let's see what we got. Oh, I'm not actually on the stream, so it doesn't
So
matter.
dumb.
I love that movie still. God.
It's a
We
real
just
good movie.
watched it. We tried watching the trilogy, and the second one was just not good, and the third one was okay.
Yeah.
It's
really
not gonna be a
went down.
dinosaur.
The first
What
one was
is it?
so good, though.
So yeah, that's an episode. Artem's going back to teaching and all that good stuff, but we'll have you back, for an episode in October and then one in
Being a
November.
responsible adult. This is so good.
Yeah, so Artem's gonna bounce out and do that. That's an episode. We'll see everybody back here in a week to pick up all these new threads now that we've thrown out for this arc.
Found it. This is the song that plays as he casts fly at himself and he gallops up into the sky,
What do we got here?
keeping it in line.
Oh,
with the
perfect,
theme of-
perfect. More Pokemon. Yeah, we'll let
And
this.
we all kind of we all wave as the budget cuts out for the episode, And we only have about 4 frames of animation.
That's right. Flies off. All right. Yeah. That's an episode, guys. We'll be back next week with another one. Sans Artem, but we'll have Artem back again for some stuff in the future, of course. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back next week with more of this stuff. It's season 5. Things are gonna start coming to something of a head.
It's this many of them.
Dramatic,
it's a whole fistful.
dramatic
it's a
wave.
fistful of seasons.
Dramatic wave off.
Bye.
Where's my cursor? Lost my cursor. Bye, everybody.